also hold on. I'm almost done with the
Okay.
recap notes.
Yeah, take your time. We got a couple minutes. Give everybody. We usually give 5 minutes to everybody to get here. Just everybody's biting at the bit today. Nobody's late. It's impressive.
I was so excited. You have no idea. I've been looking at the time and I was like, is it too late to join? Is it too early to join? Should I? I don't want to be the first one. And then Maddie joined and I was like, maybe I should wait just a little bit longer.
That's really hurtful.
I don't want to be seen with that guy.
I
Like,
don't want to be the first one. Then Maddie joined.
I was like, no, because I was like, no, I can't join like immediately after him because then I look like I'm desperate to play, which I am, but I don't want it to seem.
Which I am.
Sweetheart. We all
Can't
are.
hide your desperation, how much it is.
I
You
know.
know
We're
how
all
hard it is to
judging you for wanting
find
to play.
you know how hard it is to find a functional group of D&D players? And I say functional lightly, just so we're aware. But we're able to convene together consistently
That is
for
true.
over a year. So,
That is very true.
And we're gonna meet in person soon.
Yeah.
proud of
Mhm.
all
so
of you.
exciting.
That box is pretty much ready to be packed.
That
I
sounds
just
like
need
a
it
no-no
closed.
box.
It's got our. You can like push stuff over. Mm-hmm. Some of the stuff I'm taking with me because Will said they could do face masks with me.
Oh, but Wells,
Yes.
that liquor that Monica was saying yesterday,
Yes.
it was a special edition of Kraken that came out in the UK. It's like a $35 bottle, but to order online, it's like $70 shipping.
Ouch.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, because you're importing and import alcohol is just a
Yeah.
nightmare.
But
I happen to
my
have
sister's-
a liquor store up here that's owned by like an Indian dude.
Ooh.
So,
Cool. My
send-
sister
send
said that
pictures.
there's a liquor store in Anaheim that gets liquor from other countries.
Oh yeah. They probably charge a premium though on it, so you're probably still gonna
Probably.
be spending about
Mhm.
60 to 75.
But just hopefully not $100, because that's what it would have been for that bottle. I just don't want to pay more for shipping than the actual price of the
Alcohol.
alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that on a deep level. I
Well,
do
GT
hate
did invite
myself.
us over this coming weekend. We could always go then if we wanted to.
I gotta grab my
You
coffee
work.
cup. I
Yeah.
left it in the kitchen.
Take a picture of my special.
Or we could go on one of your days off. It's up to you. I don't mind either way. I'm just here packing.
Mm-hmm. Friday. No, Friday off.
Okay.
So I can go to Anaheim. I think I just gotta see if Kaylee remembers which one it is.
Valid. Good toss.
You wouldn't even toss it when you drop. You
Sounds
just dropped it in the box.
like a toss.
No, you dropped it in the box.
Oh, that's what I get for not paying enough attention.
Yep.
Nope, there's that drum perception.
That's what I get for having drums perception, apparently. I channeled my inner drum.
Don't do that often though. It can lead to disastrous results.
I'll do my best not to. Yeah, so we're gonna go through the recap right now.
Or
We're just chilling while we wait for Drum to finish trying to remember things.
Trying. We'll see. I'm gonna skip over a lot of stuff.
I like to so I've been picturing Drum's recaps specifically as us like the next day being like, okay, so what do you remember about the past couple things?
the hangover type situation.
Yeah.
Why is there a chicken in the room? Why is there a tiger in the room? Oh god!
Why do I have a trophy?
Like he just randomly got another concussion or something, and so we're like, okay, what do you remember?
Hey, it's not his fault that every time he rages, he has a brain aneurysm, okay? He's just
It
so
is
fed
something
up
like
with
that.
everyone's shit Ish just pops a brain capillary. He's like, "Oh yeah, beat the shit out of things. That's the answer." Until he resets.
And then he's like, "What happened?" And we're like, "Okay, hey,
You good, bro? I'm sorry.
buddy."
I'm sorry. We'll remember the milk and cookies next time.
All right, I think I'm ready, but you guys will literally have to fill in the blanks on this one. 'Cause
Okay.
this is going to be from Drum's perception. So are you ready?
Excellent.
Ah, yes, ad libs. Love
Go
them.
for it.
All right. So the day started with us skinning Ghost and Shadow. The poor creatures. They just wanted to be together, and then Maddie had to go kill them. Him and Smalls just ending things' lives needlessly. But we ended up going through the never-ending woods. I hate this damn trip. I really, really hate going through this. Everything always changes, and it's just getting worse as we go on. But we ended up finding some towers, which led us to the roost. And I guess there was a festival going on, but I don't remember too much. I do mildly remember going into a shop and those winged. Well, I guess they can't be called flyers. If they're running a shop, they are not flyers. If they are running a shop, they are not flyers. But we shouldn't give them our money anyway. I think Abby was trying to help them out, but she should let them suffer. Afterwards, the following day, there was competitions. I don't remember much about it. I do think that bastard bird tried to poison me, because I don't remember much. I remember hacking at a log, and slowly it turned into hacking wings off those fuckers. Then each round we had to drink more of that damn poison, and then I needed to stop. I feel like Abby was disappointed in me. I couldn't see her, but I feel like she was disappointed, and I feel like Maddie would be uncomfortable. Maybe I need to calm down just a bit. And then I tripped over a damn log. I was climbing, and I can't remember much. I do remember that Maddie, Moore, and Angus crushed it when they were hunting for gold. They fought off those birds that could paralyze or turn into stone. Well, I guess they paralyzed. There was some statues afterwards of some of the competitors, which I think they actually made those pretty fast. They must have been locals. Anyway, they crushed the gold finding competition, and then we were getting awards. There turned out to be a tie, and before they were given, Maddie started chanting arm wrestle, and then the crowd joined. And then I just remember slamming that bastard's arm into the table. I did win an axe. It was given to me by a giant blue guy, and he had like a bazillion children, which is kind of okay. I don't know when he finds time to do anything else, because there was at least 12 of them. And then we drank the night away. That's all I have.
That's a pretty good recap, actually.
Mhm.
Good recap. Yes.
A pretty good recap.
Classic Drum style.
I don't have anything to add to that.
Nope.
Now you guys had the lumberjack competition. Drum came in first. Smalls came in second because the town burgermeister is what he's called. It's basically the ruler, the leader of the town. His name is Swole Bunyan. You guys get introduced to him. He's a very tall barbarian lumberjack leader of the town, Furbolg. You also through one of the cock hunt competition, you also met his wife, Babe, another blue Furbolg, and you also saw their dozens upon dozens of children running around, along with all the other children in this town. It's the first place that you guys have come across that has been like truly welcoming and jovial, and it's like you guys. It's an entirely different set of like energy that you guys have kind of been encountering up until this point. So it was definitely an interesting change of attitudes for a lot of people. Like I said, you guys took first and second, and Swole gave up his third place ranking in the lumberjack competition. You guys swept all the awards there. As I said, the group that took on the cock hunt competition and got away with the golden egg, you guys won that. Ran away with a big pot of gold out of that deal. You guys also declared a name. The Eternal Vanguard. You guys have made it official that your guys' group is to be called the Eternal Vanguard. And while you haven't quite completed your rule of 3 and haven't, you don't have quite the right to make it official yet, all of this, everything you guys do goes towards building reputation. And, everybody that will remember you. It's no longer this unnamed random group of adventurers. No, now you have a name. to put your deeds to. Still working on a banner, still working on some of the other stuff that comes along with it, but you have an excellent start. And let's face it, some of the things you guys have done so far as a team, your reputation is beginning to precede you. It's fantastic. Off to an amazing start. But with that, you guys returned, partied away in the beer garden all night, enjoyed the festival, enjoyed your time. Several of you broke away and grabbed some rooms in the local inn. Several of you returned back to the wagon and just kind of slept, hoofed it on the ground as you've been doing. But with that, I'm going to turn it over to the group. It is the following morning after the festivities. Everybody's waking up, recovering. Who all stayed at the inn?
I think I did.
Xena. Okay,
Me
I
and
think
Drew were together.
Drew and Monroe stayed together. Okay, just those three.
Yeah, I don't think I stay at the inn.
Okay. We're going to begin then with the following morning at the inn. So, Drew, Monroe, you two shared a room together. Xena, I'm not sure if you partied up in there or not, if you got your own separate room. But I leave it open with there. Is any conversations, anything going on as you guys awaken to a brand new day?
Oh, Athena and I just wake up because we're together in our room. It's just us. We didn't bunk with anyone else, and we're just getting up, stretching, getting ready for the day. And I have my new short bow, so excited about that. And just go downstairs and see if there's anyone down there for breakfast.
Awesome. Everybody got a full night's rest. So everybody make sure you've taken a long rest. And anybody that stayed at the end, so that'd be Monroe, Drew, and Xena, you can add 5 temporary hit points if you don't already have them. You can't add them to them if you already have them existing. But if you don't have any at the moment, you can give yourself 5 temporary hit points.
Cool. I think I already have those.
And you should be all set. I was shifting over. Monroe, Drew, anything going on? How'd that night go?
I passed out so drunk, so I'm just waking up going, ugh. Hi. That was fun. I think. What did we do?
It seemed like you got a good night's sleep.
Yeah, that was fun. Night's sleep. See how I did that challenge, though? I thought that was pretty cool.
No, that was great.
Didn't know I had that in me until I was just like, you know what? I found out that I had this power of fog. Thought that was pretty interesting. I'm so groggy this morning. Is there any way I need to get this headache gone or something?
I would start with water.
Water. What a concept is that? Cool.
I want to say that Drew's already dressed and he looks a little uncomfortable.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Like you're not even looking at me like all the way you're sure you're okay? Like what happened with you? Like I'm sorry I went off and I did that thing and everything, but
No, that part was good. You should do competitions and things that you want to do. That was fun, but do you remember you don't waking up and not remembering, that doesn't scare you?
not really. I like to live in the now and see what happens, and whatever happened before, I'll learn something if I remember the lesson. But I'm a guy that says let's just keep on trucking and try and not fuck up as much.
Okay.
Right? Like, keep a little positive spin. Because every day could be such a chaotic event, but might as well have fun in the chaos, right?
Yeah. I think that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Did you sleep okay? Like, you just seem little.
Yeah, I slept fine.
Cool. This may sound unorthodox. Do I have to apologize for something? I feel like I have to apologize.
No. It's just we got this room, but you were drunk, and but it's no big deal. There'll be other rooms. There'll be other inns. It's fine.
Wants to do something?
What?
But
Lindsay, can you say that again? I didn't hear you.
I was like, are we supposed to do something?
We got a room together with one bed. You don't think that was you didn't want to? Let's go get breakfast. And I'm going to start heading to the door.
And I'll just follow behind, going bashful, like through my head. I'm probably thinking, I like nature. The bed's a bed. I was really tired. And I'm at that.
All right. As the disappointed Drew and the oblivious Mornerow make their way out of their shared bedroom for the night, they make their way downstairs to the beer garden. We're actually going to shift over to the other site. It's everybody else, I assume, bedded down near the wagon that night. Just kind of made your own little campsite around the wagon. I shift over to everybody else. That consists of Avi, Morb, Drum, Maddie, Argus. Anything going on the campsite? Back at the wagon.
I'm going to be moving around in my bags, trying to find my inventory. Trying to find out if I have any candles, and if I don't, I'm gonna go around asking everybody else if they have candles.
Drum is going to be playing with Lucky, and by playing, he's going to be very sternly telling Lucky that he should not go with strangers, especially ones that he doesn't know, especially if they have feathered wings, and especially if they can fly away.
Make
Because
me an
I
animal
can't.
handling. Make me an animal handling check.
All right. 10.
10. Okay. And finish your thought. What were we saying?
Oh, because I can't fly, so I can't rescue him. So he needs to stay on the ground.
Okay. Are you using your ability to speak with animals this time, or are you just trying to convey it naturally?
I have the companion band, so I can speak to him.
Beautiful.
Regularly.
As you're kind of explaining all this thing on a 10, he's definitely kind of looking at you, kind of like confused, but I can't fly either. Why would I go with somebody that can fly?
Exactly. As long as you remember that, that's important, and stay away from strangers.
Okay. Who's a stranger?
Do you know their name?
His name.
Exactly. That's the way we need to keep it.
Okay. It kind of goes back to playing in the dirt a little bit, like he's pawing at something.
I'd like to announce to the group, no one in particular, that I'd like to go find the bounties and see if there's anything that we can do while we're in town. We still have stuff to do, get to the rule of 3 so we can become a guild.
Oh,
So
okay. I'll go with you. I have some things that I need to get in town too.
Perfect. Yeah, let's see if we can go check it out.
Bring back some food.
Okay.
We need to feed these hungry stomachs.
I give him a nod.
Thank you.
So Argus is staying. Drum. Morb, you got anything going on?
Morb is staying. He was gonna start working on the experimental elixir.
Perfect. Okay. And Drum, I assume you're staying behind with Lucky and everything?
I think I'm going to Drew's not at the camp, right?
No.
No, he's back at the beer
Oh.
garden.
Okay, then I will remain at the campsite with Lucky.
Matt and Abby, you guys make your way across the bridge. I assume you're going to check out the beer garden because that's where you saw the job posting.
Yeah, now that the festival's kind of done, hopefully it's a reset to be able to find something.
Okay. You guys make your way across the bridge and over the highway, and you make your way across. It takes about 15-20 minutes to make your way across fully across everything and off the other side of town. There are a lot of drunk, hungover, and even passed out people still like just wallowing in the streets. Like this looks like the day after Oktoberfest, Burning Man, and everything else combined. It's like everybody is just trashed beyond belief. There's even a few like really hardcore like hanger in theirs that are still going, drinking away over there in the different corners of the beer garden, and you can damn near smell them from here. But as you make your way into the beer garden, it's pretty sparse in terms of people that are still like cognizant and coherent. There's a few hangers on. There's several people still passed out. There's a lot of staff kind of moving around, cleaning things up. The job posting board still looks much the same back on the far end. You also notice that Xena, Monroe, and Drew are coming out of the nearby tavern, made their way down. The beer garden is kind of an all-encompassing like cafeteria type area. So it's like this is kind of where everybody comes to get their food, their drinks, everything. So everybody's kind of congregating here.
I wave over at our group to see if they want to come over to us.
I'm gonna make a little face, and I'm like, dang it, okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll wave too.
I'll wave and say good morning. We'll come with you to look for jobs.
Morning. Yeah, let's go. We're gonna go look at the board and probably go to the shop, see if there's anything we need.
Okay. Sounds good. Had a really good night's sleep. Did you guys sleep well? How about you, Abby? Did you sleep well?
Yeah, I slept pretty alright.
Good.
I mean, I don't really sleep in the traditional sense, but my rest was restful.
Good. Was it comfortable in the wagon? I mean, the beds in that inn are unbelievably comfortable.
Oh, were they? That's good. I mean, the same kind of rest that we've been getting in our travels, nothing new.
Yeah. Well, I was going to go get a breakfast beer if anyone wants to join me, and then we can go look at the wall.
A breakfast beer?
Yeah, that's not common. Oh, I don't know what I was thinking. It was like that just flashed in my head that I used to get breakfast beer. Weird. Anyway,
Oh,
get something to drink for breakfast or eat some food. Are you guys hungry?
I'm gonna politely decline myself. I'm just gonna look at the board to see if we can find something to get started on.
yeah, our guest also asked us to bring back food so that he can cook. So I think we'll do that.
Alrighty.
But thank you for the invitation. It was nice of you.
Yeah. Hey, Drew, Monroe, did you guys want to get a beverage or some food or something? Or you want
Why do you guys look so weird? Is everything okay, Drew, Monroe?
Well, everything's fine.
Okay.
I've slept so good, man. That was so great. That was some beer, dude.
And I wrote
After
insight
yesterday's performance,
on
you
that.
killed it. Man, crazy.
I'm gonna roll insight on Drew real quick.
Absolutely.
And you really don't have to roll an insight on Morn. Just throwing that out there.
Just obvious as hell.
Jesus, obvious. I rolled a 10.
Oh,
You want to
What's your roll?
I rolled a 10 for insight on Drew.
Drew, that's honestly up to you. How do you feel a 10 would be enough to convey like how you're feeling right now?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Is it obvious?
Very.
Obvious.
Daddy's just nudging Monroe, like, killed it yesterday. Yeah, nice job, huh? You have fun?
thanks, man. And I'll just give you like
Yeah.
all these high fives and be like, dude, we gotta talk about this. It's like I slept so good after just getting drunk, and we got that in, man. And Drew slept with me, man. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I slept like a baby.
Yeah, you did.
Allie, did you want to like DM you what I noticed, or just go ahead and say it?
Yes. No, he's just extremely uncomfortable. And when Monroe said he slept with him, he's kind of like bristle, and he's just getting redder and redder, and like just more uncomfortable with the situation.
Okay. I'm just gonna be like, Maddie, we should head out so that we don't miss any of the good jobs and they can get going.
Okay, yeah, let's go do that right now. Good call.
Oh,
Quick
can I
question.
go with y'all? Where are you going?
Go ahead, Drum.
About how far are they from the camp? Like,
A good quarter mile.
okay.
It's not a massive town by any means, but it's like it's kind of like layered in a way that's like you have to go over the bridge that leads over the highway and kind of like navigate through everything. It's a very busy and very busy lumber camp. So there's a lot of things going on. So it's not a massive like way to travel, but there's plenty of things in your way.
Understood. Thank you.
As we're heading out, I'm gonna say to Drew, just in his mind, if there's something that you want to talk about with this situation afterwards, I am available.
He's gonna just like smile and nod and be like, so what did Argus want? Is there anything specific?
Not that we know of. He just said food.
Okay, is there anywhere that I can get ingredients for him?
You do see over at the bar, there's a lot of people that are like, there's food being served on plates. You notice that there's some baskets and stuff being handed out.
Okay, I want to gather some of that and then go back to camp.
Okay.
So is that part of our inn service? Do we get continental breakfast?
Possibly.
I'm gonna walk over and find out.
All right. As you, Monroe, and Drew make your way over to the bar, you're actually greeted by the barmaid. It's a lot of the same serving wenches and stuff from the last night. You notice that it's actually all female staff here, which is, take that for what you will. But they all come up to you and you can be exchanging a few conversations and, you can be asking about ingredients and things. Before you can really even get another word out, they're actually handing over a few baskets. And you take a look inside. And there are these fresh made biscuits. There's a couple of these like wooden containers full of it's not really gruel, but it almost looks like maybe some kind of like sausage gravy. There's some fresh fruit in there. There's a little bit of hardtack. There's some jerky. It's an assortment of things. There's not really in the way of anything like fresh. There's a little bit of like I guess you could say some wild berries, but just nothing crazy like that. It's mostly things that they've cooked up fresh this morning. There's even a little jar of fresh honey and jam that looks like inside. But they actually hand you 3 of those baskets, and it's actually for 2 of the baskets because it's for the 2 rooms that you guys acquired the night before, as well as being victors of the competition. They go to about explaining to you that basically winners of the lumberjack competition and the cockhunt all together, you guys are completely comped on all of your food, and they hand you these 3 massive baskets of food. There's a few things here that'll be well preserved for a couple of days, but for the most part, you better go ahead and feast while you can.
Well, I'm gonna take a bite. First, I'm gonna say thank you very much. This looks beautiful. You guys have done such a nice job in putting this together. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. I'm gonna try one of these wonderful biscuits. They look and smell yummy.
Oh yes, they're fantastic. It's like you crack one open, it's still got a little bit of that steam coming off of it. So fresh out the oven.
Yum.
And they do slide you 3 complimentary breakfast beers.
Speak breakfast beer.
I
It's a thing.
All right. Anything else?
Tastes yummy.
Anything else from the 3 of you there?
Nope.
Well, can we take these baskets back to and drop off some of the ingredients, and maybe Argus can make something out of them? Or
They're yours to take and do what you want. It's food they've given you.
oh, cool.
Yeah, the baskets that I'm holding, they're going back to camp.
Okay.
I'm just eating the biscuits and the fruit, and I'm gonna pocket the honey and the jam for later.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Anything else?
chugging another beer. Just
You're
very
chugging-
content with my night. And
stealing Drew's beer.
Mm-hmm.
is that 3? I assumed one of them was mine.
Yeah, one's for you. You're chugging all the beers. Are you taking Drew's beer as well?
He won't drink it.
Are you gonna have that?
No, you can have it.
Sweet. No, yeah, I'm chugging his beer too.
Yeah, instantly, your headache is like 10 times better. You still have a throbbing in the back of your skull, but it's like so much better now.
All right,
Try
let's
some
go.
muffins.
Do
Talk about
something.
food combining, the biscuits and the beer. Oh, so good.
Good idea, Zeta. This is tight as heck, man. Like, I'm so happy right now. This is so sick. And I'm just like, gonna frolic over and try and find Argus and see how he was faring from everything. And I'm assuming that's where we're headed. So that's who I would like to talk to next once we get there.
Here in a bit. We're going to shift over to Maddie and Abby. You guys make your way over to the job board. Again, this thing is like pretty massive. It kind of goes about 15 feet up in the air, 15 feet wide. There's just this random assortment of like notices and posters everywhere and all kinds of other stuff. What do you want to do?
Yeah, new day, new me. I want to definitely try and find something up there that would fit, like a quick job that we get paid for so we can try and keep on moving through these rule of threes in a fast manner. Maddie wants to move forward with the guild.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me in either an investigation or perception.
If I help him, can that give him advantage?
Absolutely. Do you have skill in either perception or investigation?
That's a great question. Let me double check. I do have advantage in perception.
Okay, so you can give him an advantage roll in perception. Remember, if you're going to give the help to somebody with one of their skills, you also have to have the corresponding skill.
Gotcha. Let's do this.
Okay.
Perception 15. I rolled off the natural 20 to a 5. 15.
15 altogether?
Yeah.
Okay. There's you're on a 15. It is a ridiculous amalgamation of all these like things from the night before of people like putting festival, party, just mashing over all of this. You do notice that there's a couple of things here. There's something about a bounty for something called the Sloth, and then there's also something on here for it appears to be, it's very vague, but it's talking about it's another bounty. It's talking about some kind of giant that eats, that's been like rampaging sort of around the highway leading to Sylvaden. There's been reports of it at the Roost, at Bastille d'Arnaud, at Sylvaden. It's kind of all throughout the Sylvaden region. There's this thing, nobody really's put a name to it, other than that it basically goes around eating magical items.
I'm going to rip off both of those and show them to Abby and say, nice work. I think one of these will do just fine for us.
Okay.
So you're taking the bounty for the Magic Eater and the Sloth?
There's no negative reason I can't take both, right?
No, it's just postings.
Yeah.
As soon as you take those off and peel them off, are you accepting these as like basically this is something that you want to keep an eye out for, or you're going to actively try to hunt them down?
I want to bring it back to the group first. So I think right now just the accept part, and then if there's something active, I'll partner with the team first since I want it to be a group effort.
Okay. Keep in mind that it's like the way that your satchel works and the way that job acceptances work, that if you actively accept a job, the magic of your satchel will automatically sign your group's names to it and will sync into the magic of the pouch. You will be actively accepting that job. So if you forego it or do not complete it, it could negatively affect you. But there is no penalty for taking the notice.
Yeah, I'm just going to do that then, so we can go through it. Like, just bring it back to the group.
Okay, perfect.
Hey, Abby, can I ask you something?
Yeah, what's up?
So we haven't really established any rules with this team yet, and I love working with everyone, and we were sharing, treasures and stuff, but we haven't really, like the money that we won yesterday. Like the only people that participated was myself, Monroe, and Argus, but we got a lot of money. Do you think that should be with the entire group, or should I just split it with those two?
I think because it's attached to the name, like our group name, it would be better if it is with everybody. But that's also something that you can ask them to specifically, since it is your guys' prize money, to see if that is something that's okay with them as well.
Yeah, I kind of think the same thing, that if those, because we didn't really talk about it, so if those two don't want to share it, then maybe they can keep their share and I'll just split mine. Because I'm with you. I think that Morb's been giving stuff to everyone, and I've seen money going around. I want to do the right thing.
Right.
All right, you're off. You convinced me. Let's do it. Okay, you want to go to a shop? You said.
Yeah, I need to get some candles, and then I also need to get a little thing of incense, but it has to be a very specific kind of incense. I don't know if they'll have it here, but we'll see.
I have candles, and the incense. I don't know. I don't know what smells okay. I guess you want to smell it.
Yeah, I'll smell it.
Yeah, here, check this. And I digitate it to make it smell like honey. Candles too.
I'm gonna smell it and be like, that's close, but it's not exactly what I'm thinking of.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
I'm stupid. Okay, yeah, you're right.
I was actually thinking of something that smells a bit more citrusy.
Ooh.
Only because I was gonna ask you something later today, but it kind of needs to be private and in a more away from prying eyes kind of thing and ears.
Yeah, of course. Matt looks around and sees that there's no one really around us, but goes along with it. Yeah, definitely. Hey, I'm in.
I mean, like, away from our group kind of serious question.
Yeah, it seems like Drum always pops up out of nowhere every time.
He does. He has a tendency for knowing when you and I are alone, I think.
Yeah, Matty looks around again to see if Drum's followed us or anything. Perception of 13.
I'll let you still use your 15 from earlier.
Oh, you're the best.
Drum, I'm going to assume that you did not follow them.
Sorry, I was on mute. No, I currently don't have a reason for being in town.
Didn't think so. So no, Drum is nowhere to be seen. On your 15 though, Maddie, as you're kind of like scanning around looking, you do notice that there is an obnoxiously dressed large-haired clown that you noticed from earlier, and he has his finger. He's kind of like looking at you. He's got his tongue out, and he's doing like his index finger through a round thing with his other hand. He's kind of so sad.
You talking to us?
You cut out a lot there, handsome. We couldn't hear any of that.
It's hard for me to do the voice. I think my mic cuts it out.
He goes,
baby, oh yeah. And then he kind of like goes. He kind of puts his hands in his face, like I'm so sad.
You are sad?
Oh yeah, I'm sad.
Do I want to know why you're sad?
Nobody here likes Roxo. Roxo's a sad clown.
I see.
You guys like Roxo, don't you?
Who's Roxo?
I'm Roxo.
So we should go get that incense.
Yeah. Is there a shop near here, Roxo?
Don't leave me. Everybody leaves Roxo.
I look at Abby for direction on what she wants me to do.
Wait, didn't you also come here with like a bunch of animals and you left those?
Leave the guy. He wanted to take him back to the capital for me, so I paid him. He did the job for Roxo. I just wanted to stay here and party, Festival, sad clown.
Wait, what'd they take to the capital for you?
My animals.
Really? I'm actually interested in animals. What animals did you send there?
Oh, Roxo was taking stuff back to the circus for his boss. We had some hyenas in there. We had a couple of cats. Roll an insight, both of you.
Okay.
We had a giant sloth.
17.
17.
I got he's naming the stuff off the list.
What'd you get?
I got a 5.
5 on a 17. Abby, he seems on the up and up. He's telling you everything. On a 17, Maddie, you know that he's holding back on you. He's trying to make conversation and trying to make it as like polite as possible. But he also he wants attention.
Now that I know he's kind of hiding something a little bit, I kind of want to find out what. So I think I'm gonna ask him. Well, do you have any of the animals here? Is everything gone now? Like, I'd be interested in buying animals.
What? No, they were in the caravan. They go back to the Steppin' Time Circus. You want to buy animals though? Oh, yeah. You gotta go talk to the. You gotta go talk to my boss.
Just out of curiosity, if there was something that happened to the animals and they didn't get to the zoo, what would happen to you?
His voice suddenly changed. Like, whoa, what are you talking about?
Just like in general, if things like, because you know the forest's not exactly super secure, and if something were to happen that those animals didn't end up getting to where they were supposed to, does that hurt you?
Roll the deception check real quick to try not to give away what you know. DC to beat is. Oh God, his insights.
I should do a persuasion instead.
You're trying not to give away something. I'd say it's deceit right now. You just need to beat a 9. He rolled crap.
I got a 15.
Okay.
You.
But you do. Wait. You know something about my animals? What do you mean?
Well, I just saw on our way here, I saw like a broken cart thing that said Step in Time Circus. That's the only thing that I know.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay. So caravan, couple of cages being dragged behind, bunch of critters inside. Is that what you're talking about?
I just saw the caravan itself. I didn't see anything else.
Fuck! And he like starts going frantic and just starts like kind of like dancing around. Okay. I hired a guy from the village. I've got Furbolg, kind of red hair, decent sized kid, nothing too crazy. He said he was a wagoner. He was gonna take my stuff back to Triniborg. Did you see anything?
I'm just gonna shake my head.
Who's your boss?
I work for the Step in Time Circus, dude. Come on, you never heard of the fucking Step in Time Circus?
No, I'm not from around here.
Fucking yokels. You, bug lady. Sorry. What's your name?
You can call me Abby.
Cool. I'll call you that. Lady. So where did you see my wagon? Where exactly did you see my wagon?
Oh, can I roll like a history or something to see if I remember exactly where it was?
Sure.
Can Maddie step forward a little bit since he's getting a little anxious at Abby?
Yeah, he's definitely like within like a few inches of Abby.
Yeah. Can himself between them.
I rolled a 13.
13. You can give him the approximation of like it's basically just off the highway south of the Roost by about by about a half a day.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell him that.
But you didn't find anything, right? No animals. Like was everything okay? Okay, I gotta go. And he like pulls a bottle out of he reaches down into his big ass baggy pants and he pulls out this bottle and it's got this like kind of like weird like foggy blue liquid and he pops the cork on it, chugs it down, and immediately just sprints the fuck out of the bar. And this guy is moving at a speed of which you have never seen before. It's like literally if the ground could almost like light on fire as he moved, it would be.
Holy shit.
As soon as he leaves, I'm just gonna go, oh my God.
And you kind of hear off in the distance.
What do we hear off in the distance?
You cut out there hard, Marshall.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
You hear off in the distance. I do cocaine as he's like running away. Note to self: the mic does not like the Mr. Roxo voice.
I do cocaine.
I'm gonna
the high pitch is
put my hand.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm gonna put my hand on Maddie's and be like, that made me so anxious.
Do you think we should go tell the rest of the group?
Absolutely. Once we get the stage, we'll head over there like immediately. I just need that one thing if you have candles.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Bobby and Maddie, as you guys begin walking away, there is a thought in the back of your head, like you guys did kind of like pick that caravan clean. And I would almost say in the back of your minds, you're wondering if you left anything behind that would pinpoint you guys as to being there.
I don't think there would have been.
I'm
Maybe
sure,
something
I'm
off.
sure we did.
But anyways, you make your way to kind of ask around. There's a couple of apothecaries here. You're looking for incense?
Yes. Just something kind of citrusy smelling. It doesn't have to be anything super specific.
Okay. You do notice that there's kind of adjacent to the beer garden, there's several like apothecary shops, haberdasheries, things of that nature. You walk inside, it takes you a better part of about 15-20 minutes moving from shop to shop, but you do manage to find somebody there. They're able to whip up something there that is it is a citrusy incense in the way that they kind of keep a lot of citrus and fruit trees nearby for the brewing of their ales and the making of their jams and stuff. So they're able to whip you up something pretty good.
Okay. Good.
So it's going to be so you're just looking to buy the incense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All in all together, it's going to be about 15 gold because you
Okay.
are asking for a custom item.
Got it. I'll hand that over.
Okay. So you can go ahead and add just like, citrus incense to your inventory if you want.
Mhm. After that, I'm going to be like, okay, we are good to head back. As we're walking back, I'm gonna be like, Maddie, we need to talk a bit about.
Maddie looks around first. Okay.
I mean, you don't have to worry about anybody hearing me.
Maddie starts laughing. That's right. Oh my god. Everyone's just gonna think I'm talking to myself right now.
We need to talk about what you told me. I need to see that what you said is true before anything else tonight.
Well, you said you wanted to meet later. I'd rather do it when it's dark and no one's around us.
Yeah, I also was kind of thinking of so it's not the only thing that I want to talk to you about. There's another thing, but I don't want to bring that up until we've cleared the air about what you've said. But I was planning on looking around where we're staying and finding a place that's a little bit more secluded that you and I could talk, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. We'll do that for sure.
Another thing, I think there's something up with Drew. When you and Morn were talking earlier and like joking about how yesterday went, Drew seemed a bit upset about it.
Really? I thought they had a thing I thought they liked each other.
They do. I can definitely tell that, but I think it's more so, I don't know, because when Monroe gets drunk, Monroe drinks a lot to the point that they forget. And I think that in particular kind of bugs Drew because Drew has issues with remembering.
Yeah, I noticed that. I guess I didn't even think of that, but yeah, after the competition yesterday, I just saw how proud of himself Monroe was and went straight to Drew. So it probably didn't look good when I was high-fiving him in front of Drew like that. I should probably apologize.
Yeah. No, I don't think it was anything that you said. I think it's just that Monroe hasn't realized it. Plus, the way when Monroe said that he had slept with Drew looked like really upset at that sentence. So I don't think they actually like mated, but I think the implication that they might have while in that state might have also upset Drew.
Yeah, I can see it happening. Hey, what? Maybe I can talk to Monroe a little bit and see what he thinks.
Yeah.
Although if he didn't remember it might not do anything.
Yeah, but at least if he knows that it's a thing that bothers Drew, then maybe they'll be more conscious of it later on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know it's not really any of my business what anybody does, but I like Drew, even though Drew's a little weird.
That's what I like about you. You care for everyone, though. Give her a little nudge.
She's gonna blush a little bit. Well, you know, I mean, I care about some people a bit more than others.
Maddie doesn't take hints.
And he's just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're crushed. I get it. Okay, well, let's get back to camp.
Takes you about 15, 20 minutes or so to walk across, and this time, we're gonna shift back over. So back at the main camp, everybody except for Abby and Maddie are here. Morb, how's your alchemy coming along? What are you doing over there?
Yeah, we switching. Have a seat, sir. Oh, my knee just popped.
I heard it. I think it's going all right.
It's the first time you're kind of using these abilities, so I'm gonna kind of turn this over to you. What are you up to?
I think I probably have like all like the alchemy potion going. I probably started a couple of small fires to start boiling the water. Because I have the alchemy supplies and all the stuff I need to brew it. I think it's kind of take on how the alchemy scene, not alchemy scene, but from Flubber, when he's making Flubber, kind of like all over the place, but like organized chaos. And he's got like goggles on that are like sucking into his face because things just get sucked into Morb.
Okay.
Yeah, and just like magical particles here and there when I started getting into it.
Okay. Are you doing your experimental alchemy like you're trying to make your experimental elixirs?
Yeah.
Okay. How does that ability work? Is that something you kind of roll and it's like a random effect, or how exactly does that go about? Go ahead and explain.
So I can make one at my level, one per long rest if I don't spend spell slots.
Okay.
You don't know the effects until you drink it.
Okay. And then it's a dice roll to determine what it does, correct?
It's a D6.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and leave that as a leave that open for interpretation. So you can kind of if you want to bring that up later on and somebody wants to try and drink one of it, or you want to use it yourself, you absolutely can.
No, I'm definitely getting a lab rat.
Okay. In the meantime, you did purchase some alchemy supplies, and you have enough basic ingredients that if you wanted to take a stab at maybe trying to create a healing potion for the first time, you absolutely
Yes, I
could.
would like to do that.
Okay. Now, keep in mind, you're going to have to roll here. This is Arcana, and you're going to also have to be channeling the ingredients in, which you have enough of. You purchased those previously, and you also have to put the appropriate spell level into it. So for a basic healing potion, I'm going to say that you could use your level 1 Cure Wounds. It's going to take a full casting, but you have to cast the spell, and even if you fail the roll, you still lose the cast. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to take a stab at it? You have enough here to make 3 attempts. And because I would say that you're using your first, your usage of experimental alchemy here in the first morning, I'm going to let you make your first roll with advantage.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to cast the spell first so I don't forget to do that.
Good. Okay.
Of course, I got a max roll on that one, but...
Nice. That's fine. You're basically putting the same amount of power into a healing potion, so that makes sense there. Now, with this, if you're trying to create a potion, it is both an Arcana check as well as a usage of your alchemy tools.
Okay.
So, on a 1 through a 10, it is a failure. On a 10 through a 15, it's a success. Or sorry, on a 10 through a 20, it is a success. Or 11 through 20. On a 21 or higher, it's what's considered a critical success. So if you do get that on both rolls, we'll cross that bridge.
Okay. Do I make both rolls at advantage or just the Arcana?
I'll let you make the first one at advantage. Both rolls.
Okay, cool. Alright, so I'm rolling the Arcana first. First one's 19. So they're both 19 on the Arcana roll.
19. After some time, like I said, you've been doing this while everybody's kind of away at the beer garden gathering supplies. You're kind of off in your own world doing things here. Everybody that's kind of still in camp, you can hear it. You can kind of smell the burning of the herbs and the fire and the Bunsen burners and everything going on. Morb just going to town over here. He's got multiple arms going. He's just kind of whipping things around, changing fluids between different beakers and vials. And at the end of the day, he produces a perfect looking healing potion in one of the bottles that he purchased either. So you have in your inventory a perfect healing potion of healing.
Okay. Did you want me to roll the alchemy? Because that was just the Arcana at advantage.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead and roll that one too. Sorry, that was my bad.
That is a 12 and a 21.
12 and a 21. You got a critical success on that. Unfortunately, you didn't get critical success on both, so you still walk away with a single perfect healing potion.
Cool.
Okay.
Is just like the basic one.
Just a basic healing potion, yes.
Cool.
You still have enough supplies to try 2 more times. Did you want to try it?
Yeah, I'll attempt.
Okay.
Let me go cast the second spell.
Okay.
Ooh.
And this is just straight rolls on your Arcana and your alchemy tools.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh. Sign out of it because it's signed into mine.
Yeah, I know. I think we can only have one signed in at a time. 1 second. Let me.
That was a shot.
Maybe if you
At least
use
not super
2
complicated stuff
separate
before. Yeah,
instant pressers.
We do.
Hey,
I was gonna say
Um,
you could use incognito mode on one of them. I'm
Alright.
sure it would work.
First Arcana roll. Oof. That is a 6 on the Arcana.
Okay.
And then the intelligence is a 19,
19. You're
which is
able
the
to,
alchemist supplies.
yeah. So you're able to. You say, unfortunately, you got to get successes on both to create the potion. So second one fizzles out.
Okay. I'll try again.
Okay. This is your third and final attempt.
Okay, that's an 18.
Nice.
And I forgot to add my proficiency. So 14.
For 18 and 14 for the Arcana and the tool check.
Yes.
All right. Second time around, you walk away with another perfect basic healing potion.
Cool.
So all of this, you walk away with 2 healing potions.
Sweet.
Okay. I'm going to let you make those checks it's not going to be every single day. It's going to be basically every it's kind of be like a travel check. So if you travel from one place to the next, it'll be fine. It's not every single day, it's every travel check that we do.
Cool.
Just to keep it balanced.
Gotcha.
And if you try to create things that are more powerful, obviously the DCs are going to change and you're going to need more high-powered spells.
Gotcha. That's fair. Add 2 potions of healing.
Perfect.
And I'm gonna add in my other possessions, experimental elixir.
Cool. I believe that's just one at a time that you can have for right now.
For now. Oh, I can't. The amount I have, they disappear after a long rest, but I can have as many as I like spell the spend slots.
Okay. That'll work.
So the quantity is not limited, just the duration.
Okay. Yeah, but it's based on your spell slots of how many you can create.
That and my level. So when it comes to just like free, it's my level.
Perfect.
I get 1 at level 1, well, at level 3, 2 at level 6, and 3 at level 15.
Nice. Okay.
But I can also make an additional 1 per spell slot I expend.
Got you. Okay. You've expended all of your uses of your first level spells for today, though.
Yes, I did.
All right. Everybody that's back in camp, you are all witnessing, like any of you that's like gleaming to pay attention here, wanting to pay attention. You are noticing more of just going to town and like literally pocketing these 2 potions. A couple of you would definitely recognize what they are, I would say. And if you don't, if you want to decide that your character doesn't know, you're welcome to ask or welcome to have a conversation at this point. Be thinking about it though. But with that, Mark, you joined us. So basically, Mark, it's the day after the competitions. Everybody's kind of waking up, getting breakfast, kind of gathering everything up, getting ready to take off here as soon as you get some things settled. Is there anything that Smalls is doing right now? Wanting to have a conversation or wanting to do?
No, nothing in particular. He's just keeping an eye on the camp, making sure that, he's sitting there, keeping an eye on everybody.
He's in German Shepherd mode. Got it.
So, can Xena walk over to Smalls and ask him a question?
Absolutely. Everybody's back in camp.
Hey, Smalls, are you hungry? Have you eaten today? This morning?
Not that I can remember.
Because when we stayed at the inn and they gave us these baskets to take with us of food that they prepared, and there's it's a gruel kind of stew, like a morning stew. If you'd like, you can have it because I'm not going to eat it.
That is very kind of you, Xena. Are you
Yeah,
sure you
'cause
won't?
guys, yeah, I had the biscuits were yummy. I ate those. They were really good. And I put some jam and honey in my backpack, but I'm not going to carry this around and I'm probably not going to eat it. So I don't want it to go to waste. And I figured you guys worked really hard yesterday, so you must be really hungry. So this is for you.
Smalls looks very sheepish and accepts it from Xena. And thank you, Xena.
You're very welcome.
Very kind of you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. What else do we get in those baskets, Marshall?
It's biscuits. The thing you just handed Smalls is basically like a sausage gravy kind of thing. There's honey, there's jam, there's some assorted like berries and citrus fruit and stuff in there.
Yeah, because
It's nothing that's gonna last a long time. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, because I ate the biscuits and the fruit, so I'm not going to eat this. So that's why it's like, here you go. I don't, have at it.
Smalls is trying not to show that he was actually very hungry. He just didn't realize it and is failing at attempting to eat slowly. He was actually very hungry.
Good. Stick to your ribs kind of stuff.
The exact kind of thing Smalls likes.
Right.
Around this time, Maddie, Abby, you guys have made your way back to camp. But is there anything else going on?
Yeah, everyone's in camp right now, so I wanted to give out the money for everyone.
Okay.
So I called everyone to gather around to get gold that we just received. And anyone that hasn't added their money yet, that's the only thing, is we got money from the bugs, and Abby also got money for Priscilla. So if you haven't added it to your inventory yet, everyone should have 300 gold from that.
I already added it too.
I think everybody. I think everybody already added all that money previously, so now it should be just the money for the competition.
Perfect. And I want to see everyone's thoughts because we haven't really talked about it. I know that items we've been keeping for ourselves as we find it, but this last competition we did it for Eternal Vanguard. So I don't want to speak for Argus and Monroe, but I think it should go to everyone. Maddie's looking around at insight on what everyone thinks when he's trying to give him money.
I guess that's going to be up to you. I don't feel like I did anything for you guys in that.
No need to hoard so much money, I don't think, right now.
Yeah, I looked at Monroe to see if Monroe's an agreement thing, because I don't want to speak for Monroe and Argus.
A random person's last cheers, and I'll put it back down because I think that's a little awkward, but yeah, give him money.
Smalls is going to look at Maddie. I appreciate the offer, as this is why I'm here, but this is money you've earned. I did nothing to earn this. Thank you, though.
I'm in agreement with Smalls.
I also
got
agree with
half the
Smalls.
axe.
Yeah, that's very kind.
For the EVs.
All right. Well, Maddie's gonna bow in respect then, because want to make sure everyone's on board, and he'll give 400 to Argus because Argus was in competition, and 400 to Monroe, and say, all right. While I got everyone here, I was able to get some bounties off the board as well. If everyone is still trying to become full-fledged mercenaries, we still got to complete our rule of 3. So there's a couple of jobs that were on the board. One of them's a bounty for here in town, I think, and the other one's about a giant monster on the way to Sylvaden. So if we're not going to stick around here too long, it might be something that's worth checking out on the way there.
What's the one that's for here?
Marshall, can you repeat the bounty one?
The one here, the one locally is it's a hunt for a creature called Sloth. All that it's describing is a massive bear that's been attacking lumber camps.
Did the sloth, was that also on the list though with the animals and everything? Can I do an insight on that or something?
You could roll a history check. Yeah, it's a DC. I'm going to put DC 10.
16.
16. You put 2 and 2 together. Sloth, like the creature that was at the caravan full of animals, was a giant sloth, a literal giant sloth. What is being described here in this bounty is a giant bear that is called Sloth. Not the same thing.
Oh.
Gotcha. Also, in other news, the clown came up to us and started talking about the caravan that was attacked. I look over at Abby to explain a little.
What happened?
He's
Uh,
What now?
Oh, the clown. Yeah, so he told us that he was sad because nobody likes him. And then, I didn't want to say that people did because I think that would be a lie. But we kind of got onto the topic of the animals that he was taking care of, and he mentioned that they had been sent off. Somebody was taking them to the capital for him. And I asked what would happen, like if something happened to the cart, what would happen to him? And then I told him that we found the caravan practically burned down. So he ran off to go find that. And I'm really hoping that none of us left anything behind because I didn't tell him about the animals.
So I just want everyone aware of that because we were all part of that situation. But I don't think there's anything to act upon right now.
Mm.
So what did he do when you told him that?
His voice changed and he got really close to me and it was unnerving.
Ew.
Like you know how he talks like as if he's eaten extremely like squeaky toys all the time. His voice did not sound like that at all. Yeah.
That's creepy.
It was very creepy. But yeah, I told him the general area because I couldn't remember exactly where, and he ran off like as quick as he could, which was surprisingly very quick in that direction. I don't doubt that he's probably already there.
Is Ingus in the group with us?
Yeah, he's over kind of hitching the wagon up. As you all kind of start paying attention, though, you actually notice that Feather, from Feather and Fowl, the Aarakocra blacksmith, is actually in your campsite. He's actually over with Ingus, and they're attempting to repair the yoke and connections to the wagon.
Oh, good. He did say he would help today.
Can I ask Ingus when he wants to leave to continue the journey?
Is that what you ask him?
I do.
He kind of just looks up at you and shrugs, like he kind of points down to what he's doing. Like
once we're up and ready to go, I imagine.
That makes sense. I don't know if we have time to go after this sloth bear thing. Might want to just try and concentrate on the giant thing as we go, or just keep our eyes open. I mean, I guess we still have time.
Real quick, Morb and Smalls. You both have experience working with wagons up to this point. Are you guys offering your help, seeing that Ingus and Feather are working on the wagon?
I would if I'm finished with my potions. Like, yeah, I would help, 100%.
I would say at this point you've kind of cleared everything up.
Smalls would help as well, but is going to mention to Maddie that he's interested in hunting down this bear.
Okay. Smalls, you go over to assist with Ingus in the wagon. Are you going to use or do you want to do like strength checks to help lift things? Or do you want to use your knowledge of wagon, like basically wagon physiology and like you have land vehicle proficiency from your time in the military. So do you want to use that? If that's the case, then I'll allow Morb to also assist you with that in a kind of a shared knowledge thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Morb, so you want to assist Smalls with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So Smalls, you have basically what you're going to roll is an intelligence check, and you're adding a +3 for your land vehicle proficiency. So roll that at advantage. So roll intelligence twice, and then add a +3 to it, and tell me the highest of the two.
Intelligence twice, add +3. Oops. Well, that's a 17 + 3. There's a 20.
Dirty 20. Hell yeah. Okay.
And there is a 14. So dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Morb, you actually are incredibly impressed with the dexterous fingers and the way that Smalls is actually maneuvering around this wagon. He kind of actually pushes Ingus out of the way a little bit and begins like literally palming the yoke of this wagon. It's the tongue that connects basically the wagon to the beast that pulls it. He's palming this with one hand and lifting it up. Like imagine somebody lifting the transmission of a car with one arm. And he's kind of finagling it into connection with this the piece that Feather has brought over, and he's kind of hitching this all up. And he actually calls you over, and with your amorphous form, you're able to kind of help navigate a few of the pins into place, hammer a few of the wooden pegs. Like I said, it's incredibly deft, and the combination of the two of you working together, putting this thing in. And even Ingus himself kind of takes a step back and just kind of folds his arm and gives you guys a gentle nod, like, "Huh, all right then."
Cool.
You guys take that anywhere from there, that's up to you. But returning back to the rest of the group, Maddie, you guys are interested in going and hunting down Sloth, the bear?
If we have time, now that everything's gone through, I just wanted to get a beat on if we actually can stick around a little bit.
Okay.
What was the other bounty for? Was it?
It's more of a nationwide bounty. There's nothing really a name to it. It's a bounty for some kind of being or creature that's been attacking caravans and traders and people traveling the main highway somewhere in the Sylvaden Duchy, basically, that this thing has been known to eat magical items.
Well, Maddie, isn't that what happened to that caravan? It was attacked, right? By something.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's for the magical items and whatnot. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think we're going to be able to find that because the reports were also outside of Sylvaden, so it might be on the way there too. But we can try and hunt down this sloth bear if we have like a day or something, if Ingus lets us.
Yeah, I'm game. Athena and I will go.
How long would you say it takes to help fix the cart?
Honestly, after they've already been kind of working on it with that dirty 20, it's only going to take a matter of about an hour to get the wagon up and ready.
Oh, then we wouldn't have time.
Smalls
That's our first priority. Sorry.
I was going to say, but Smalls is going to look at Angus and now that this is well underway, could we have a day to trace out this bounty and continue to build our reputation?
Ingus has no way of communicating back to you, so he just kind of folds his arms and like, are you trying to like persuade him?
No, just looking to see if we can talk him into giving us a day.
He's just asking him. He is adamant, saying no. It's like you guys basically just from you can either roll a persuasion here in this instance, Smalls, to try and convince him, or you can roll insight to try and glean what he's thinking.
I got a quick question.
Mhm.
Are we taking the main roads?
Yes, you're staying on the main highway.
Okay. I'm gonna enter that out. If we are traveling the main highway, and this creature is attacking things on the main highway, and it's eating magical items, if we slay it, the magical items might be still inside its gut, and we could power up the group.
Hell yeah, you're right, Morb.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed, but we have magical items. Would we not just potentially attract it to us?
We could, and then we could slay it.
I'm all about slaying.
Yeah. Got that giant axe now.
These are two separate things, right? Just outside, it's sloth versus creature.
Correct. Two separate
Yeah.
things.
Okay.
But first priority is for Ingus because that's what we all signed up for. So if we can't stay, we can't stay.
By the way, I did roll that insight check.
Mhm.
I was a hair away from a dirty 20. Instead, I get a 4, so I know nothing.
Okay, yeah, yeah. You're just claiming that he is straight up telling you no.
Well, does that mean you have to go back into town, Maddie, and put that back on the board?
No, I never accepted it, so we can just move on.
Okay, so, but maybe another one will show up?
Yeah, and if it comes up, then we can accept it at the time. But for now, we can just keep on moving forward.
Okay. And the same with as we keep going, we haven't accepted that one, or have we?
Nope. But if it comes up, you better believe
will.
I'm gonna accept it.
Okay. Good job. Okay. Got it.
So,
Got it.
Maddie, roll me a history just for the fun of it.
And because you're a beautiful dungeon master, can I do that advantage?
Sure, why not?
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna say that the satchel is giving you advantage in this instance because you're the one carrying it, right?
Yeah, I am 16.
16. You do know, you remember from like orientation and the way that they talked about it, it's like basically when you accept a job, that is the job that you are dedicated to. If you happen to complete something else along the way while completing that job, that's just extra icing on the cake. Like in the way that you guys were, you accepted the job of escorting Angus and Ingus to Opus Day, and you were on your way back. You encountered the Harpies. You had some time, went off and rescued the princess. Like that was all kind of side to the job that you were already committing to at the time. So now it's like you would have to basically leave your employer here and go off and hunt this bear, and maybe or not come back to complete the job you already had at hand. That's if you could find the bear within a day. Keep in mind that people have been hunting this thing for quite some time. So there's no guarantee that you would just find it in a day either. But if you happen to encounter the beast along the way or something else along the way that has an open bounty that you or you happen to find a bounty for something that you encounter along the way, again, that's just extra that you have accomplished, but it's still the same as completing the job.
Awesome. Smalls, since you're so dedicated to this, though, maybe along the way you can be in the scout party with Drew. That way you can look ahead with them and maybe find something along the way.
Search for action and death and killing? Absolutely.
All right. So is everybody fully dedicated? Like you guys are going to stay with Ingus? You guys are going to stay on the job? Going to finish up, patching up the wagon, head out of town, and continue on your way? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be keeping an eye out for that thing that's attacking the wagons.
Cool. So, Maddie, you actually go to like slide the pamphlets, slide the 2 bounties that you did into the satchel that you have on your side. It doesn't go into the main pouch as if you were accepting it. Rather, you just like slide it into the pocket. Like you can hold on to those as long as you want. Tearing something off of the bounty board or off of the job board does not make it officially yours until you sign it. But just carrying it along with you, there's no penalty.
Fantastic. We're going to do that then.
It's like you see notices and stuff like that around town, like, oh, piano lessons or looking for roommate. There's a little tag you can tear off with a phone number. It's something kind of akin to that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Cool.
Yay, we got sticky notes.
All right. Are there any conversations or anything anybody wants to do before you guys kind of get geared up and start heading out of town? This is the last chance you'll have within Ruse before you guys head out.
Did anyone bring back food for breakfast? That's
Yes.
the real question.
That's what
Yep.
we were gonna
Because
do,
none
to
of
go
y'all have
argue.
probably eaten that are still here back at camp.
I would say that between Xena and Smalls, they have killed off one of the baskets. So you have two others.
Yeah, Drew gave those to Argus.
Okay. Monroe, you gave yours over?
Yep.
Okay. Argus, you have enough here that is basically the equivalent of about six supplies, basically, or 6 rations. There's enough in each basket for about 3 people. So if you wanted to kind of do your thing to spread that out and maybe add some more, I'll let you roll a cooking check to try and do that during the next travel check.
It sounds like a plan.
Okay.
I'm going to walk into the middle of the group and put the 3 potions I made out. And I made potions. Who wants some? I only have 3.
I'll take one.
Which one?
I'll grab the one that's in the middle.
Okay, that's probably just a regular. That's probably just the basic healing potion.
Okay.
I have
Although
a healing word.
one of them is all right. So you guys like a visual. One of them, looks like of the 2 that are left, besides the one that Abby grabbed. One of them, it clearly looks like a healing potion. The other one is in like a flask, and you can't really tell what it is.
You're saying you made these?
Yeah.
I pull out my 2 expired potions I bought a couple weeks ago. Can you fix these then?
I don't know.
I hand them over.
Try.
I'm never gonna use them probably unless I can actually try and do something. And you're obviously extremely skilled, so I'm just gonna give them to you. Okay?
Oh, okay.
You now have 2 expired potions as well.
There's still 2 up for grab. One of them you can clearly tell it's a healing potion. One of them you can't tell what it is.
Xena will grab the healing potion.
Okay. It's just a basic potion of healing.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually have a real healing potion, so if somebody wants it, they can take it. Otherwise, I'll put it in my satchel or bag. Anyone want it?
Hey, more. Do these have an expiration date, or are they just good for the day, or for?
I'm gonna point to the healing potion that Abby and you grabbed. Those ones, very long time till they expire. This one expires tomorrow.
The one that you don't know what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that just real quick, point above the table. Morb, it actually lasts for the travel check, so it'll last for 3 days.
Oh, so last. Gotcha, because it's we take 3 days long rest, right?
Yes, basically the travel
Right.
check.
Gotcha. Okay. This one will last a couple days. Who wants it?
If no one's gonna take it, I'll go ahead and take it.
Cool. There you go.
Thank you, Morb.
Yes,
Please
thank you very
don't
much.
Until after we've had our conversation.
Nothing bad will come about drinking that. Let me just be clear. I just don't know how good it will be.
So, are these greater, superior, supreme potions? Because there's 3.
So, don't click on the potions tab. Just search potion of healing. It's just the basic one.
Just the basic potion.
Yeah, the one that doesn't have colored writing, colored lettering.
Oh. Wait a minute. All of mine are green.
If you're looking for it, just type healing and hit common.
Oh.
Instead of going to like the tab that says potions.
So for some reason, it doesn't come up there.
Oh, okay, I found it. Thank you.
Okay. So you want to add that to yours?
I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna add the 2 expired and remove. You want to just add an experimental? It's called experimental elixir, Maddie.
So, do
Got
these
it.
potions? These potions don't have expiration. Is that what you said? But the other one does.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
That's kind of cool. I didn't know you could make those.
Yeah.
Also makes those.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Handy little guy.
I've connected dots, I think. Anyways.
All right. Okay. So with that, Morb has handed out potions. You all know that now he is fully capable of handing out potions or creating potions. Morb, I would also say go ahead and just make a note that you also get another point towards your land vehicle expertise or land
Wait.
vehicle proficiency by that dirty 20 helping out Smalls.
Okay. Cool. So, can I just? All right. I'm gonna add that.
I'd say you're at 2 points right now.
Okay. Cool. On.
Is that track somewhere on the app that I'm not paying attention to?
No, it's something special for him.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So with that, is there anybody wants to have any conversations before you guys kind of all rack up? Ingus is over here. He's kind of settling up the bill with Feather. Abby, he is roll me an insight actually, Abby.
Okay. Yikes, that's a 10.
10. On a 10, you can tell like on a 10 you're looking at him, he's definitely looking at you with a bit of a glare. He's annoyed with you for some reason.
Okay.
All right. Anything else for anybody else?
Drum is actually gonna go over to Monroe. So you look like you had an amazing night.
I slept so well, dude. It
Those are
was
the
really like it was so cool. You were there, you saw it.
yeah, like that. You seem like you had a great time. You went off with Drew, and sleeping is definitely the best part of the day. I have a small favor to ask. It's been on my mind the last couple of days, and I figured now is a good time to approach you before we wander off. The shield that I gave Chiron, would you be able to give it back to me? Unless you're using it, but it's the blue one with the star in the middle.
Boomerang shield.
Yeah, the blue one with the star in the middle.
Yeah. Been wearing it around.
If you're using it, no worries. I don't know, maybe it was feeling sentimental. Maybe I just want to have something to throw at people who fly. Somewhere between those.
Is there anything I could trade you for it? I don't need anything grand. I just curious.
Let's see what I have. Good question, because I don't know what I have. Hang on just a second.
Right, I'm like, Even if it's a favor for later.
I can promise a favor for later.
Cool. I'll hold you to this favor for later, and I shall give this to you. So it's the boomerang shield.
Thank you. So how was your night sleeping with the dragon?
Sleeping with the dragon?
Yeah, isn't that what Drew does? He can change into anything, like dragons?
Drew can transform into a dragon?
That's what I...
Did you sleep with Drew too?
No, but it he transforms, so transforming into a dragon seems to make sense.
I was pretty warm. I really don't recall
Well,
doing things like I just assume a bed's a bed, and that sleep was really nice in an inn. I haven't slept in an inn like that with Drew, who I think like the most coolest guy around, but it was weird that he was, well, I don't know.
well,
I thought it was a great sleep because we killed it in that round, and even the new guy, I was very surprised at seeing what he's all about. So I thought it was a pretty good round. Slept good.
definitely was. Well, I guess when you remember, let me know what it's like to sleep with a dragon.
I will try and remember a dragon, and I will definitely tell you.
Awesome. It'll be another story to tell for the ages.
It sounds amazing. Yeah, it does, huh?
All right. Then I'm gonna wander away.
Above the table with you random misfit oblivious. It's just great. Anyway.
I'm excited for the future.
And scene.
And scene. With that, okay. Everybody take some time, gather up your belongings. Everybody kind of packs up and gears up. You actually notice that Swole and Babe come over. So the Bunyan couple. They are the major domo couple. They come over and greet everybody. Swole is going around thanking Smalls and Drum for their competition in the lumberjack competition, congratulating Maddie, Monroe, and Argus on their participation in the cock hunt and winning by a long shot, the opportunity of getting to know the Eternal Vanguard, and just the amount of excitement and joy that they brought to everybody at the festival, and looking forward to seeing them pass through again one day. And you kind of get the impression that you've definitely made an impression here. But they kind of see everyone off, and they kind of walk you to the edge of town. Handshakes are exchanged, backslaps. It's a very jovial, very pleasant attitude. And like I said, this is the first place that you guys have visited that really had that kind of positivity about it. And you're definitely leaving it a more positive image than even when you first arrived.
Smalls is definitely gonna give him a good handshake and tell him thank you for the ass competition. That's been fun.
Awesome. No, it's the whole predator flexing arm like a grasping type thing, and it's it's two massive bros just broing it out. But it's very, very positive stuff. With that, everybody, you begin to leave town, make your way back out on the Great Highway. And now you are traveling deeper and deeper into the Endless Acre Wood. You are no longer on the edge of where the roost sits. You are now traveling into what is considered the depths of the Endless Acre Wood. The tree canopy, yep, just like that. The tree canopies get thicker. Even in the fullest of daylight, things are a little bit darker, a little bit dim here, even along the highway. Those of you that have noticed before, the trees, they tend to shift a little bit ever so slightly on their own, especially when you're not paying attention. So you're traveling further and further into this area, and you're getting to know that you're getting into the deeper parts of your journey here. But with that, I'm going to ask everybody to go ahead and roll your travel checks for the next set of travel here.
So what do we roll for that?
Your camp job.
Because I'm a scout. So are we just...
Yeah, just everyone needs to do their camp job. See if we can bring it up again.
I'll need to create a tab here. It's if you guys want to post that to the general chat of what everybody's jobs is, I'll create a tab that reminds everybody of what your camp jobs are.
So
I would appreciate that because I don't remember what to roll
It's in
either.
the fireside with Chicky. It's that first little thing I pictured.
So let me find it here. I think I have it in my app.
It is in the fireside with Chicky.
I believe, yeah, Lindsay has
Yeah.
it pinned in her chat.
Handler is Drum. Cooking is Argus. Scout is Drew and Xena. Hunter is Maddie and Abby. Lookout is Smalls and Morn. And then
So for scout, what would I roll?
I think
It's all in the app, guys. Come on,
Yeah.
we've typed all this stuff out.
yeah, I was like, I know we've written it before.
yeah, hunting for it. I think I roll animal handling.
Give me a second.
Drew, what are you rolling? Like, sorry, I'm totally. Is it?
I don't know. I can't find it.
I got a
I
4 for
did
handling.
pin it.
We'll need to make a special tab for
I'm going to do that.
jobs.
I will go and do that next time. If somebody finds it, go ahead and post it to the general chat.
Yeah, I had pinned it. Hunter gatherers roll survival, nature, or stealth. They can either roll each or roll with advantage. The cook is medicine performance. If they have the Shep feat, it gives them advantage. Handler is animal handling. Speak with animals gives advantage. Lookouts use perception or stealth. Scouts and leads use survival or nature. And then the Wagoneer must have the land vehicle tool, which is what Ingus is doing, so we don't have to worry about that for now.
Okay. Then I rolled a nat 20 for handling.
Nice.
That's
Okay.
at advantage.
I got a 13 for survival.
It's your travel tab, Marshall. Has all
It's
the
in
info
travel?
on it. It's your travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Got
Yep,
a
it's all
12.
there.
Gotcha.
Actually, this is the old one, so I'll need to update this later.
Hey,
Was Smalls going to be? Remind me during that conversation. I'm pretty sure we said Smalls is going to actually be a scout this round, correct? Or am I still rolling for lookout?
You were
Go
gonna-
ahead, just do look. Go ahead, do lookout for now. We can do him on the next one if you want.
There you
Okay.
go.
Just keep it the same.
Because for right now, you
17.
guys are traveling from the township of Roost to the Bastille d'Arnaud, the fortress of Sylvaden. So you're not quite to the capital yet.
Got it.
Okay. So let me go through it here real quick. What did the hunter-gatherers get?
I got a nat 20, so
Nice.
26.
26. Very nice. Go ahead and roll me 2. Go ahead and roll D6 twice for your, what's it called? Your rations. What did the other one get? Bobby, what did you get?
I will roll mine right now. I was just copying and pasting.
8 for me, Marshall.
Nice. 8, 6, that's 14.
Lookout was a 19 for
19.
Morn.
17 for Smalls.
Okay, that's for lookout.
Ooh, I only rolled an 8.
8 altogether?
Yeah.
Okay, so unfortunately that is a failure. You don't walk away with anything. So 14. Okay.
So Xena got a 13 survival for scout.
Okay, excellent. And you got a nat 20 on the animal handling, right?
Nat 20 for 22 on animal handling.
Beautiful. All right. Just need the 2 lookouts. Or sorry, I need the 1 more lookout.
Wait, Drew got
There's
a
Morn and
18 for
Smalls.
scouting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think that gives me everybody here. So
do I also need to roll
and
my
yeah,
cook
you need
check?
your, and yep, and yeah, need
Oh,
your cook check. You have 14 rations to work with.
I rolled an 18.
Okay.
I rolled the wrong one.
That is 18 over 3 days. 2. There are 8 of you, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
8 people that need to eat, correct?
16. You have just enough rations to feed everybody in the group.
Hell yeah.
So over the
Okay.
travel check. So basically the way this works, guys, especially the way that I'm rolling out the survival checks, is the number of rations you guys hunt on your first travel check combined with the cook's roll of either medicine or performance gives you the total number of rations that you stretch it out to. So with 14 from Maddie, 0 from Obby, and then an 18 roll from Argus with cooking, you ended up with 32 rations, so you have just enough to feed everybody. Ingus and Ingus takes care of himself in the beetle. All right. With that, I'm going to say everybody, like on your first travel check, everybody kind of gathers up camp here. You're able to kind of find a nice, quiet area that's off of the highway. It's a small camping site. There's really nobody else here, surprisingly. You guys are just moving further and further in, but you have the campsite all to yourselves. With that, I'm actually going to go ahead and call the first break. So let's go ahead and take 10 minutes. Let's come back at 7:51 my time, or 7:52 my time. So 10 minutes from now.
Okay.
You got
Thank
it.
you, Monica, for the travel tab. That's going to be a lot easier now.
Yep.
Yeah, I put everything in there.
I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm actually going to go ahead and delete a portion of the old one here.
You're gonna clean it up.
Yes.
Hells yeah. I will be right back.
Yes. 10 minutes, everybody.
Got it.
We got 10 minutes to save the world.
It's 5 hit points, up to 10 points.
And John, just like with our conversation, I don't have amnesia. I just have
We just passed out.
ignorance, and it's truly not blissful.
That perfectly fine.
I'm like,
if it makes you feel any better, Drum will take sleeping together as literal sleeping together. So
and that's how I take it. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, we literally slept together, and it was nice. I'm so ignorant to what everyone else is saying, what that means.
so excited. Yeah. We can cause havoc and chaos.
I love it. I know. We
You
took
both
things
stress
too
me out
literal.
so bad.
Oh, come on. Between
I'm like a
kinks and
dragon?
sleeping,
Holy crap! I have something
Uh.
to bring up to Drew next time. Yes, we are brothers now. Brother.
This is great. We have like 3 people who don't understand any sort of euphemism.
Nor do I understand what faces me, and unless someone literally tells me what they're feeling, I will not try and take a guess. I'm just like, everything's great. This person say I'm fine. I'm like, yeah, okay, he's fine. He said he's fine.
All right.
Maddie's really good with relationships if you want to ask him advice.
And Morn doesn't feel like he needs any. Drew, on the other hand, I'm so curious on what Drew's about to do, though. I'm just like, character development's about to happen, either for good, bad, or the ugly. for Morn, for Drew, for everyone.
I'm so excited to see where this goes.
I'm ready to have my heart hurt as a player, but for Morn, who knows?
I think Abby is the only person who's ever explicitly asked Drum what he means when he says
Yeah.
something. Like everybody else.
And it's great that Abby only has one-way telepathic communication, so no one understands what's happening.
At any given time, you guys all look insane when you're talking.
We look insane already. I think people are starting to realize just ignore them in the corner.
Yeah, they're just kind of standing by that bug person. I don't really know what's going on.
We're gonna have this like weird subverse reputation amongst every town we go to. It's like they just talk to themselves and unabashingly. And I can only get half of their conversation.
trying to speak to me. I know it. Okay. Payback for looking insane is Abby not knowing what the plan is, but going along with it anyway.
Yep. The gentle nods. And the blatant stares.
I only go to interested parties and Abby. I'm like, I just kind of end up knowing about things.
I must say, I'm very intrigued that Morb was stepping up and asking people to take potions. It's like, you want me to just drink this?
I think part of it is just because he's like, yeah, you guys can try them, and then I can make sure that they work.
Right?
Who's gonna be the guinea pig? Is what my thoughts are.
It's Maddie.
Maddie.
He'll drink
Yeah.
anything.
How
Nobody
trusting our
took it.
team is.
It was very awkward that it just sat there. It was like, all right, yeah, I got you.
Nothing bad can come out of drinking it. It just there's 6 random effects. So you roll d6 when you drink it.
That is super exciting. Should I wait until combat?
Yeah.
When in
First-
doubt, potion out.
Yeah, when we see like a big baddie come up and be like, "Let's do this," I'm gonna chug it. And just do that.
No.
One of them isn't like an actual. It does actual healing, but the other are just
One
red.
of them does.
Yeah.
I get this awkward feeling the one time someone's gonna try and use something on Drum. It's gonna be this mysterious potion that isn't healing me. It's gonna make me colossal or something like that. It'll just make me the size of
It'd be
small.
kind of funny. You'd be like, oh, now my hands are bigger than yours, Smalls.
Colossal to drum is Drew size.
Oh, I can look at the effects because I'm right here.
Excuse me.
Interesting traits.
Features and traits.
Experimental elixir.
Where is it?
Hold on.
Okay. Healing, swiftness, resilience, boldness, flight, or transformation?
I'd be so upset if I got flight. I'd be so upset.
That would be really funny if you got flight.
Oh, no.
Drum, drink it.
In 10 seconds for poor drum.
You get a flying speed of 10 feet for 10 minutes.
You just go straight up for every 10 feet, 10 minutes.
I can run faster than that, so I don't know.
That's just for flight.
Hold on. You said 10 feet for 10 minutes?
Yeah. All of these, they last about 10 minutes from what it looks like. Yeah.
I can almost jump.
Unless it's swiftness, then it's 10 feet for 1 hour.
Woo.
Yeah, it adds 10 feet for an hour.
Drum
Nice.
could definitely use that.
I could definitely use that, but I can jump 8 feet.
Ah.
So
It's Russian roulette time for drum if he
So what
takes
you
that.
can do is you can jump the 8 feet and then
Take the
fly
other
the 10 feet.
Aye.
and still be 10 feet short of reaching anyone.
I'm telling you, Drum, I'm still picturing like this whole like Super Mario thing for you.
Yeah, boing, boing.
Boing.
The transformation one is kind of cool, though.
You turn into a sheep.
The drinker's body is transformed as if by the alter self spell. The drinker determines the transformation caused by the spell, and the effects of which will last for 10 minutes.
Nice.
Oh.
You could get creative with that.
I'm gonna chug it when we see an enemy. Let's just do this.
Maddie's so ready now. Matt's like,
Add some
yes, sure, let's go.
Oh man! Oh, I need to heal myself. I better drink this potion Morb gave me.
You try to heal yourself, and instead you end up making yourself your ideal person.
Oh, this is awesome!
Get this
Oh, this is a good one, too.
female form. Abby doesn't know what to make of it.
Well, yeah, let's go.
Oh. Like, well, I've already seen him as a goat, so...
That is true.
Was she the goat?
I only had one horn.
Is everybody back?
Think so.
Yes.
I don't know if Smalls is yet.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
back.
good.
Looks like
Oh,
everybody's back. Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and get back into it, though. So, like I said, you all make it to a nice, like a rather secluded little campsite. It has a nice open round canopy at the area. The nice gentle moonlight's coming down. You got some good open air, natural light. But its area has been well cleared, well maintained. It's like this is obviously a campsite that is well maintained or well used, frequently by travelers. It just so happens that you're the only ones here tonight, so you have the entire space to yourself. Argus, what are you whipping up on an 18 on your cooking skill though? With using up the, you got the biscuits and the jams and everything from earlier. You got what everybody else hunted up, gathered from the hunting and gathering. What are you whipping up for everybody? Mr.
I'd
Chef.
probably go with a stew at this point, because we probably have a lot of tubulars in the area since we're in the forest, mushrooms. We were waiting for the wagon for a while, so since that was finishing up, we would have had the time
Okay.
at the end of the day. Yeah.
Nice
We'd probably do a
mushroom stew for everybody with some biscuits with some honey jam rolling around.
Hell yeah. Nice
Okay.
little palate cleansers.
You guys spend some hours in downtime, a couple conversations, trading food off, trading stories, just a good evening full of camaraderie. But as everybody kind of starts making their own separate ways and kind of making their own areas for the rest of the night, I'm going to turn it over to everybody else. Maddie and Abby, I know you guys had something you wanted to do.
Yes. Okay. After we've eaten and everybody's kind of like settling down or like doing their own thing, I'm going to ask Maddie to follow me, and we're gonna head off into the surrounding forest area a little bit. Woo, going on a date.
I'm gonna reach to take a drink out of nervousness and hopefully not drink this experimental elixir. Okay.
Roll me a luck check to not drink the experimental elixir.
All right.
On a 1 through a 10, you do. On an 11 through a 20, you don't.
How exciting!
Flip the coin.
6. What was that one?
6. You don't drink it. You drink from your actual drink. You're good.
Okay, thanks. All right.
Okay.
You.
Both of you go ahead and make me a survival check to kind of make your way off into the end of the Sacred Wood. One of you can make the check at advantage if you so choose.
I would love to make that advantage.
Go for it.
I got a 5 on my first roll, and I got a nat on my second. So 5.
5.
Yes. It was awful.
All right. You're able to make your way away from the group enough. It's like you're just out of earshot of the main group, I would say. You can definitely still see the flicker of the fires, but you're not far enough away to that you have lost complete sight of everything. But I would also say on a 5, you were not subtle about really leaving, and you were not subtle about the trail that you left behind.
Okay.
Floor is yours.
Okay, so I'm with me. You're gonna see that I brought like a little basket or like a little bag of the incense, the candles, and a jar of honey.
Yeah, this looks great.
I'm gonna kind of like I'm gonna take a really deep breath and be like, okay, before anything else, can I please see them?
Can Maddie look around to see if anyone's around us?
Absolutely. Roll me a perception check.
16.
16. I mean, group tell me, did anybody choose to follow them? Is anybody kind of trailing behind?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
I have no logical reason to follow.
Drum noticed.
Smalls does simply because I've seen Abby wander off before.
That's fair.
Do you follow them, or are you just kind of like noticing that they left camp?
That's a good question.
Drum, you said something?
Drum is definitely watching them because Drum knows this area and knows what the woods can do. So he's mildly concerned that they have walked away from the relatively safety of the road.
So Smalls isn't gonna like follow them, but I am gonna kind of walk off in that direction just in case, looking to mostly to hear if there's anything like dangerous that's about to attack them.
Okay, you walk to that edge of the campsite, I would say, just to kind of keep an ear on that edge of the camp.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not like trying to snoop on them,
Okay.
but I am worried that they're about to be stupid and wander off and get into trouble.
Okay.
That's fair.
Drum, as you're kind of trailing behind, you're keeping an eye. You're kind of trailing behind. You definitely notice the trail that the two of them left, so it's not hard to follow. I'm gonna want you to. Are you being like? Are you not wanting to kind of like ruin the moment if you're interrupting something? You're just kind of stealthily following behind.
I will try my best not to ruin the moment. It is
Okay.
more out of concern for them than it is curiosity at what they're doing.
I would say because you know this area and because Matty did not roll well because in his nervousness he was very, very clumsy about leaving camp. I'm going to let you roll stealth at advantage and also give you that +5 from the 5 that he rolled earlier if you don't already have a high stealth.
Fantastic. Looks like a 9, so +5 is 14.
14 altogether. Matty, you rolled a 16 on your perception.
Yeah.
I would say that you get the impression that there was like some of the like it's not such a huge gap between like a 14 and a 16. It's like you get the impression that some of the group know that you're missing. You kind of hear people off in the distance, like in camp and stuff, but you don't get the impression that somebody is directly watching you.
Okay. So, Abby, you didn't light the candles or anything, right?
Mm-mm.
All right. I'll go ahead and start taking. I'll start taking off my shirt, and as it comes off, I'm covered in bandages underneath. There's a little bit of red, probably from some blood, but my entire body underneath the actual gi that I wear is just with bandages all around it. So I'll go ahead after that's off, look around one more time, and start slowly taking off the bandages as well to show Abby everything that she needs to see. I guess I say what that is. All right.
You don't have to say it to the entire group if you don't want.
It is 100% everything that you think. So unless someone actually can see Marshall, which I can say it then, but if no one can see it, Abby, you are 100%.
Real quick, Morb. Roll me a perception check with advantage because you were able to kind of like follow enough behind. You're making your way through some bushes and a few things. You're attempting to. You want to make sure your friends are safe, but at the same time, you want to try and realize like, hey, I wasn't invited, so I'm trying to make sure everything's okay. Perception and advantage.
You guys are lucky that it is perception
I know.
on my character.
Why is it always perception?
That's actually a nat 20.
I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen.
Of course, it happened in this moment.
It would happen in this moment.
And of course, it's you that too. That's probably not good.
And Drum, you have 100% clear view of what is happening right now.
Perfect. You don't have to describe it to the group because I'm already on the page for this one.
Nat 20. So after the bandages come off, I have wings, and the actual wings themselves are deep black feathers, almost like the feathers we saw in town.
Maddie unfurls this magnificent set of these black feathered wings that almost stretch out like a 6-foot wingspan on either side. And they almost kind of come arching up over his body. He's being careful not to like try and break the canopy of like the bushes and stuff around him, as being as delicately as possible as displaying what is happening here. But Abby, you are standing in front of Maddie, now displaying these magnificent giant black wings.
Drum's gonna take a moment to vomit.
Understandable.
Do you vomit at stealth?
And I vomit at stealth.
Like just like keeping the yakking sound down.
Yeah. Vomiting. That's all that's occurring right there.
You know what? For the sake of it, let's go ahead and roll a what the hell would that be? Roll me a Constitution saving throw to keep your dinner down.
All right.
DC 10. Why not?
11.
He just makes it.
Feels very rude.
All right.
Floor is yours.
I'm waiting to hear what Abby does now that I've shown her.
Okay, as I'm gonna like gasp a little quietly and then just kind of like walk around him and look at them, and then I'm gonna be like, "Is it okay if I touch them?"
Yeah, of course. And I kind of do a little flex with them, just trying to show off a little bit.
Okay. I'm gonna like very gently like run my fingers along the wings, and then I'm gonna be like, these are gorgeous. I've never. Doesn't it hurt to have them cooped up like that?
Matt gets beat red. Yeah, I don't want to die though. You've seen how people react around here.
Yeah. I mean, that's also why I don't fly in front of others.
When I first came, one time, someone saw my wings and they just started to attack me. I didn't see them coming, and they just started chanting "Doom, Doom" over and over again, just stomping on me. I almost died. And ever since then, I've hidden them away. And then I saw you, I saw Xena, and I knew I had to stay with this group.
Okay. Well, thank you for showing me.
Is it okay if I touch yours?
I immediately start blushing really, really hard, and I just go, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I'll like spread mine out as well.
Yeah, Maddie just wants to take a look at them because there's just no one that has wings at all that he really knows out here or anything. So just touching them as well, and small smile.
My wings are a little bit more sensitive, I think, than yours are. Just so you know.
Oh, I pull it down. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It just kind of tickles a little bit. Drum would hate to know that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never actually asked him into. I don't really want to know how he feels about wings, so just never talk about it.
From what I've gathered, he's more okay with my wings because they're bug-like, but feathered wings are not. Well,
I think takes Abby's hands and says, I care more about what you think.
I start blushing again. That brings me to the second thing that I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah, of course.
So you can have a seat if you'd like. This might be a little long-winded.
Maddie kneels down and sits.
So back in my hive, we used to do this kind of ritual, given our assignments, as kind of like an oath to our queen, that we would do what was asked of us and kind of like solidify that we are thinking of the hive. And I know that I kind of have like an agreement with Drum already, but I like you a lot. Like, mm, she starts pacing back and forth, and she's just like, okay, look, I have never felt like this about anybody in my hive or otherwise, and it's weird and strange, and it scares me a lot. But I think I would like to make a little pact with you. I say pact, but it's not.
Maddie takes Abby's hands and says, "I'd like that very much."
Okay. Okay. I wrote things down, and I'm gonna start like pulling out the candles and like setting them up in kind of like a half moon shape. And then I'll light them. And then I'll have you like sit down in the center of that. So that like they're like around you.
Should I put my shirt on or leave it off?
Whatever makes you the most comfortable.
Oh yeah, they're off then. I'll go ahead and sit down there.
And then I take like a really deep breath and I hand you the little honey pot, and I'm gonna be like, this is nothing like the honey that is from my hive, but with this I will signify that I will be your partner in whatever sense you wish that to be, by your side to protect you, much as I have protected my hive. Is that acceptable?
That is acceptable. Do I just need to drink this to accept?
I take off like the lid of the honey with that has like the dropper on it. And I gently take your hand, your head in my hand, and like from the neck or like the chin, and tilt your head upwards and just kind of like ask you to open your mouth. And then I take the drop and I pour a little bit of honey on your tongue. And then I close the lid again.
So now I am yours and you are mine.
You have to do the same back.
Maddie tries as best as possible to mimic exactly that.
Okay. As the honey like starts to melt on my tongue a little bit, I'm going to just kind of like, as you're holding the honey pot, I put my hands over on top. And then I will whisper, or I won't whisper it, but I'll be like, in whatever ways you would like me to be, I will always be here for you.
I'll always be here for you.
Also, I know you have feelings for me. I feel like I should probably let you know. Because no offense. I'm like, as like things are like, I'm like, okay, now that that's over, you are a little dense, and I've been trying to tell you that I really like you like this for a really long time, and it just does not seem to be getting through.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I quite literally told you that I like you when I was thinking of leaving.
I don't remember that. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's kind of cute. But, yeah. do you want to stay out here for a little bit and just keep talking, or do you want to go back?
I think I'll go ahead and start sitting down again and pull Abby to sit down with me to stay out there.
I'll like sit by him and like rest my head on his shoulder. So what was your family, Hive, like?
And
Do you
with that,
follow the house?
and with that, we're going to shift over to Drum. Drum, how much of this have you been watching? How much did you stay and watch?
Probably till about the point where she took his chin, and right before she started to pour the honey. About that time, I'm gonna kind of wander back to camp, very much in a daze. I am not okay. Betrayed is the word that I want to use. Drum is feeling very, very, very conflicted at what is going on, and he can no longer stand to watch it happen in front of him. He's going to go find Lucky and then probably just kind of curl up and go to bed early.
You say that, but as you turn around, as you said, in a daze, you're walking and you're walking and you're like you're lost in your thoughts. And you're just like you're kind of muttering to yourself like why? What is this? And then you look up and you're no longer on the path that leads right back to camp.
Oh, wonderful.
But you do look up and you do notice something looking at you. It's a single black raven. The same one from back in Opus Day that called you out of your room. And just like before, you hear that same voice in your head that says, "Find me. Find me." It's almost as if it's on the wind. And the bird flies. What's Drum doing?
He's going to attempt to follow the bird.
Cool. Roll me another survival check. All the while, you're still hearing that voice that, "Find me. Find me."
16.
16. Doesn't take long. Same time, it doesn't feel like long. But you lose track of the bird. But it should be here. Like, where did it... And all of a sudden, you're face to face with... It takes you a minute for your eyes to focus, but it's almost like a strange glimmer right in front of you. It's like the haze from the moonlight, the shifting of the light between the trees is almost like you stand left, you can't see it. Then you kind of step to the right, and it's a strange break in the light. As you step closer, you notice what looks to be almost like a tear in the fabric of reality itself. You get closer, and it has this strange, shadowy glimmer to it. And as you step a couple feet closer, a little bit closer, just being very, very cautious, you hear the same voice calling out again. It says, "Find me." And a single black feather drops out of the tear and falls at your feet.
Drum is going to pick up the feather. Is the tear still remaining there, or is it did it close after the feather fell?
As soon as you touch the feather, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
15.
As you look up, the tear is literally right in your face. As you look in, it's almost like it's like you're looking through the top of water, the top of clear water, and looking into the bottom of a river or the bottom of a standing pool of water. Except on the other side, you see it's the same forest, but that same raven is right there, looking at you. Says, "Find me." One more time.
Always.
As you say, always. You reach your hand out, you touch the tear, the world beneath your feet opens up, and you are just swallowed by shadow and darkness. The forest returns to your feet after just a few seconds, as it almost feels like you were shot through a black tunnel, and your feet find solid ground, but everything around you is now shrouded in this thick fog. The air is cold, and it's still. It's the exact same forest space in which you stood before, except the trees are gnarled, and they're bare of leaves and blossoms. The ground is damp and littered with cold, dead foliage.
Can I roll a history check to see if Drum recalls or believes he recalls what just happened?
Absolutely. History or religion, your choice.
Let's go with religion.
Cool.
19.
19. On a 19, this isn't something that you specifically read or anything. It's something that somebody told you. Somebody very close to your heart. They told you that this isn't the only world, so to speak. There are layers atop layers. And sometimes, every once in a while, you can step foot from one and right into the other. And you feel as if you have just stepped foot from one right into the other. Not everything here looks to be dead. I mean, you hear movement all around you. Not just that of nature, but you also hear whispers. It's like hushed words just on the edge of hearing. You also hear the snarls of beasts, something walking around just around the wood's edge. You also look up and you see the cawing of countless carrion birds overhead, flying and circling. The moon blacks out every other second or so as this massive horde of swirling birds flows overhead. You hear, just ever so slightly near you too, is the trickle of a river. Sounds like the flowing of water. As you make a couple more steps, it doesn't take you long to find a river, or what you thought was going to be a river. There's no water. It's a thick and viscous flow of shadow and smoke. Do you look closer?
When I hear whispers, are they coming from the smoke or are they coming from the forest? Or can
Yes.
I not determine?
Yes.
I'm going to look closer. If it's anything to get me closer, then.
You look close enough. And inside are the shadowy images of countless faces moving along the current.
Do I
And
recognize it?
we're going to shift back to camp real quick. Hey, Xena,
Yes.
what are you doing right now?
Well, I'm sitting with Athena and just kind of rubbing her behind the ears and soaking in what moonlight there is.
As you're kind of sitting there with Athena, scratching her behind her ears, just taking it all in, enjoying the cool calm of the night. Lucky actually approaches you.
Hey, Lucky.
Do you use a casting of your Speak with Animals?
Yes. Let me get there. Yep.
You use your casting of Speak with Animals, and you just kind of touch him ever so gently. He's sad. He kind of walks up to you a little somber, a little sad. Like, I can't find Short Dad.
What?
He ran off into the woods.
When? Oh, show me.
Okay.
So, Xena and Athena get up and follow Lucky
Make me a survival.
and survival.
Mhm.
Oh, great. Let me get there. Oh, no. 15.
15. Not bad. Kind of leads you to where Drum was there on the side of the edge of the camp, and you're able to kind of pick up a couple of footsteps, and you notice that it looks like Obby and Maddie have kind of gone off in this direction. You follow it for a while, and you can kind of hear them talking off in the distance, but you don't hear Drum's voice. And you do notice that off in the bushes here on the side, on a 15, you do notice that his footsteps kind of go off in a different direction. You keep chasing after those footsteps.
Can I cast Fairy Fire to see if I can see him in any way?
You want to cast Fairy Fire? Sure.
It goes 60 feet.
Sure. Cast Fairy Fire.
All right, so I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
All right. Do I have to roll with that or just
No,
cast?
it's just a spell. It actually lights up whatever you're pointing at. Basically, lights up as this magic kind of erupts from your fingertips, and everything erupts in this kind of like glowing purplish light. And it's gentle, but it's enough to definitely light up the area. And as you kind of put it out there, that small cube area of light, you notice that Drum's footsteps continue further off into the forest, and you keep chasing after it, and you keep chasing after it. Roll me another survival check. This time at advantage.
Okay. How far am I from camp now?
Roll me a survival check, and let's find out.
All right. That was an 8, and that was a 22.
22. Nice. On a 22, you definitely follow the steps, and you're kind of like keeping pace and everything. It's like all of a sudden you've gotten so excited but you realize like you're following the footsteps. You're no longer following Lucky, and it dawns on you, and you look back, and Lucky's not with you anymore.
Is Athena with me?
Athena's still with you, sure. She's faithful. She doesn't leave your side.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn around from the direction I thought I came from, that I came from, and I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire again to see if I can find
Go for it.
Lucky.
Cast me that Fairy Fire again.
All right. Beep-ba-doo.
You cast that Fairy Fire?
I did.
Lucky's not there.
Oh man.
In fact, everything behind you is thick with woods. It doesn't even look like you came through here. No, you're just standing in the thick of everything. You don't hear camp. You don't smell the fire. You no longer hear Maddie and Obby.
No. Crap, Athena.
You do turn around, though,
Mm-hmm.
and you see a glimmer. You step to the left, and it disappears. You step to the right, and it just looks like it's ever so slightly out of place. You step a little closer, and you look at it.
Uh-huh.
The closer you get to it, it smells of honey and spice. You could feel a warmth coming off of it. Not like hot, but it's warmth, like from a hearth, a fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
You also hear the laughter of children within. Come on, Mom. Mom. You said we could go.
Boys?
Do you touch the tear?
Yes.
Same thing, Xena. You're pulled, and your world flips. Ground beneath you disappears, and it feels as if you're falling. But you're falling up into the sky. Your world shifts in an instant. And Xena, you're seated at a small dining table in this this little beautiful kitchen nook. You can smell like breakfast cakes, like pancakes on the griddle. It's warm. And there's a man standing in front of the stove just cooking away. He's a fairy. He's handsome and tall for a fairy. Broad shoulders. He's got this neck-length brown hair. It's got these couple of intricate braids on either side. And sitting on his shoulder, it has its head turned this like perfect 180 degree and just looking at you. And if this kind of creature could smile, it would absolutely be smiling at you. And it's this tiny little snowy white horned owl with these big fluffy feathery feet, little talons. It looks familiar. Make a history check at advantage.
Okay. I gotta get back to my. Somehow I kicked myself off of there. History with advantage. Well, that was a 3.
There's something on the tip of your. That's an advantage. You rolled twice.
No, it was a 6. That was my higher roll.
Your 6 is all together.
It was 6 altogether. Yes.
Yeah. It's something. It's just like before. There's a name on the tip of your tongue, but why can't you say it? Why can't you remember it? And just as you say that, the man turns and he's got this strong, angular jaw. Better eat up, woman. It's gonna be a long day chasing those little hellions around the fair. He slides you a few of these pancakes onto your plate.
I catch my breath and I reach out just to touch his hand as he lays the plate down and just look into his eyes, and I can't.
Just as you try to do that, we shift back over.
Oh. Okay.
Drum.
I'm here.
What are you doing at the edge of that river?
I looked in and I gotta see all the faces. Do I recognize the faces, or are they nondescript?
Roll me a perception check.
Now the dice is gonna roll like I want it to, I'm sure. $17.
17. You recognize. It feels like you recognize some of these faces, but it's not the face you're looking for. It's people have you met in like some of your past travels? Like you recognize like a couple of people like you've done business with, or you've ran around with, done some jobs with, done adventures with. And just as you kind of almost catch yourself leaning over the edge of the bank of this thing, the ground gives way. And just before you fall in, a black feathered hand grabs you by the shoulder, pulls you back, and sets you on the ground and sits next to you. It's a hand that you haven't felt in a long, long time. And he whispers to you, perceptive as always, Mr. Big. Make another wisdom saving throw.
Eight.
I said find me and you found me. Took you long enough.
Well, at first I didn't know where to look. Is this actually you? This or another illusion?
I mean, this isn't no dank ass cave, but like I said, once again you found me. Helpless. In no condition to leave. Unable to truly take flight. Much as it ruffles my feathers, I am again at your mercy.
Well, I believe you're the one who told me about, I guess, where we are. But do we have a way to get back? I guess if you had a way to get back, you would have already come back.
Like I said, perceptive as always, Mr. Big. do you remember that damn mushroom soup you made once? The ones you literally pulled up around the sign that said "Do not eat."
Clearly, it meant the sign. I wasn't supposed to eat the sign. No, every reasonable person isn't going to eat a sign.
Yeah. 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 See, it's just like that sign. You know, it's like, nah, nah. If I had a way to leave, I would have a long time ago. I would have found a way back to you. But you're here now.
And
Been
here to stay.
You don't want that.
I'd want nothing more.
Hey, no. A long time to just remember. I remember a lot of things. You know one of my favorite ones. You remember that time at Marsenstein we got wrapped up looking for those healers?
With that barbarian fellow.
Norm the Naked.
Yes.
Yeah, cock only half as big as that goddamn sword he carried.
I wonder how he's doing. I guess it's been a long time.
I'd love to find out.
So how do we get you back?
Do you want me back? Drum?
I want nothing more. For all of the travels and all of the knowledge I have gathered, it was to find you. If I have to walk in oblivion with you, then I'd rather that than return without you.
Will you take me back?
Of course.
He offers you another 3 pitch black feathers from his wing. And I want you to make one more wisdom saving throw. You can choose to fail this if you want.
I think I'm going to choose to fail it.
The feathers, along with the 3 that you've carried with you for years, along with the one that you got back in Opus Day that set you back on this path, that made you decide to come with the group on this, they all kind of come together, swirling in this black mass of shadow and void. Make me an Arcana or Perception check. Arcana or Investigation check. You can almost hear as if something's being spoken while this mass of feathers is swirling in front of you.
19 for investigation.
On a 19, you hear the same words that you heard and read, I should say, back in that Harpy cave. It's that speech that nobody else does. And you can hear the same words repeating over and over as if it's some kind of chant. Flesh of the moon, flesh of the moon, flesh of the moon, flesh of the moon. And suddenly that matted black fetish culminates into this multi-eagle-sized talon bracelet, kind of interlinked by all the black feathers. And it's just kind of sitting there. Do you offer it your wrist?
Can I still see Pumperum?
Still standing there next to you. Well, sitting there next to you.
I'm going to look at him, and then I'm going to offer it my wrist.
You offer your wrist. The talons clasp down, and they bite into your flesh. Blood flows freely as this cold, biting sting flows from your veins. And your veins turn purple and bulbous. The pain is excruciating, but fleeting. Just as suddenly as the pain subsides, your blood flows back up from the ground, off of your arm, and back into the open wound. And now, as if cauterized and sealed off by these talons that are now permanently dug into your flesh. You finish giving your new fashion accessory a once-over, and you look up. Pumperump's gone. Just as quietly and suddenly as he was there, he's gone. But do you know what remains? The growls. The snarls from the dark. Red, glowing eyes, fixated on you from the depths of the forest. You hear the snapping of twigs and the crumpling of leaves under encroaching paws. And above you, that countless circling of carrion birds now sits motionless on gnarled and naked branches, watching, waiting. A quiet chorus of motionless wings in anticipation of the feast to come.
Drum's gonna get up slowly. Gonna whisper,
gonna sh-
"Think."
Go
Okay,
ahead.
we're gonna switch.
Xena,
Yes.
as you reach your hand out to the man offering you the sweet cakes there in the morning, again, he says, "Better eat up, woman. Gonna be a long day chasing the little hellions around the fair." You hear a thumping from the second floor above you. Down come two boys. Same as your visions from before. Younger one, this thick, just mop of curly strawberry blonde hair. Elder boy, dark brown hair, much like the man standing before you. And got that same kind of cocky looking grin on his face. The youngest one immediately jumps up in your lap and grabs one of the sweet cakes off your plate, just shoves it into his mouth, and he starts chewing wildly. Okay, we're dressed. Can we go? Can we go? Can we go? You said if we got dressed, we could go. And you take notice that his shoes are actually on the wrong feet.
Oh, sweetie, let's fix your shoes. Look at those shoes. And Xena's like got tears and trembling because his skin is so warm and he feels so real. So we reach down and we fix those shoes. Let's fix those shoes, little boy.
As you reach down, you fix his shoes, swapping the feet, tying them back up. The man immediately kind of starts passing out more sweet cakes and little jams and jellies and things like that. Just you sit and you have breakfast. And you take it all in for a second. It's the same. Yeah. It's that same feeling you had before. But wow, why? Why does this feel so familiar? Why can't you remember? As you go to like think for a second, you're holding the youngest and the older boy is standing next to you. He just kind of like leans over and gives you a hug. And you look up at the man's eyes. Suddenly they go black. And then you snap. And suddenly you're standing in the midst of a crowd. It's this giant, bustling, wild fair and carnival. There's dozens of children running around. As you look around, there's dozens of these interesting looking like caravans. It almost looks like trailers, like just you know, nomad trailers. There's random assortments of beasts and stuff that would pull them around, but there are all these strange caravans just gathered around this giant circle upon circles upon circles. Stretched between them are these banners and these decorations. There's this jovial music. It's a large gathering of what you can tell is just like fae folk too. There's other fairies here flying around, satyrs, centaurs, minotaurs, even some like shifter beast folk. It's a community. There's not a single cruel or mean-spirited look among them. Everyone here is happy. Truly happy. You spend hours just chasing those boys around from game to game, food to food, sugar high to sugar high. You know, you're diving for apples, eating candied apples. There's sack races, ring tosses, funnel cake, pony rides, the works. You spend hours chasing around those boys, but you're also walking hand in hand nearly the whole time with this dark-haired man. You smile and converse with dozens of other folks. Everyone knows you by name. They're friendlier than anything you can remember in your recent memories. Every time they go to say the name of the man next to you, though, or the boys you're chasing around, your mind blanks. It's as if you go deaf for just a second that you just can't think of those names. There's finally, at the end, it's like you've spent hours chasing around. Your feet hurt, your legs hurt, everything. You are exhausted. It's finally a quiet moment between you and the man. You smile, deep breath, you just enjoy a second's calm. The world stands still around you for just a minute. Just a moment. It's a moment just for the two of you. You look deep at each other, deep into your eyes. Those pretty, deep brown eyes. You're just reveling and being happy together. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh gosh. Well,
As you just smile and laugh at each other and just squeeze that hand. There's something on the air. You smell it. It's like that burning. Oh God! Somebody must be burning something, cooking. Like, no, wait, it smells like. Is that wood? No, wait. It's the acrid smell of burning wood and cloth, and also flesh and bone. Suddenly, your ears burst, and you're bleeding from your ears from this constant booming of roaring thunder. Yet you look up and there's not a cloud in the sky. Your sight turns red as the world around you just burns. People are screaming, they're running. Bodies of those you've spent the whole day talking to. There's a body here, a body there, a piece of them here, a piece of them over there. You feel blood running down your scalp, your ears. Suddenly a hand grabs you, hurriedly spins you around, takes your face in his hands. Xena, run, run, take our boys, and splash of blood. Dark-haired man is suddenly violently pulled from you and tossed ragdoll into the inferno beyond. This steel-clawed hand, as large as you are whole, reaches out from the flame. The steeled, armored grip, searing from the fires from which it came, wraps around your body. It pulls you closer, and it holds you face to face, and you are face to face with this gaping maw and the soulless eyes of these flaming black iron skull. The grip tightens. Make a wisdom saving throw.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. $16. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're going to shift back over to Abby and Maddie.
Oh, shoot.
How's it going over there, Abby and Maddie? How's your date going?
Good from what I can tell. I'm a little dense sometimes.
You guys eventually make your way back to camp?
I'm trying to stay out there as long as Abby lets me.
Abby, you guys are muted if you're talking.
Sorry, what was that?
You and Maddie. You guys make your way back to camp eventually?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be like, okay, well, I think it's a bit late, so we should get some rest.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. I'll just be a minute though. I need to wrap up.
Oh, I can help you.
Okay. After Abby helped me get back to presentable look, we head back, I guess.
Okay. You guys make it back. Smalls is there. He's kind of keeping watch. He doesn't really say anything to you as you guys kind of come back. He kind of has this like little coy smile on his face. He's not really going to say anything. He's kind of keeping watch over the canopy there a little bit, kind of like as if he's waiting for something. You guys walk back into camp, and everybody's there, just kind of hanging out. Argus is kind of over there scrubbing a pot in a pan. Drew's just kind of hanging out with Monroe, I would assume. And anybody else doing anything special while you're in camp? No?
No,
Well, everybody's kind of just hanging out. And
just kind of.
Bobby, Maddie, like, let's go ahead, Argus. What'd you say?
I would just be pet and coddle
Okay.
after everything's
coddle.
been cleaned up.
Drew is
Go ahead.
not hanging out with Monroe.
No?
No. Yeah,
No?
let's clarify. I'm. Hold on. Yeah, Drew, where are you right now?
Yeah, where are you guys at?
Oh, Drew's off somewhere sulking and journaling, probably hanging out around Argus.
You're over by Argus. Cool. You guys say he's kind of at one of the campfires, scrubbing away at a pot in a pan. Monroe, what are you up to?
I'm just laying by the campfire, just like I was probably on the opposite side of Argus, just watching the sky, mostly just chilling out. Because my stealth's doing pretty good with the lookout, so not much to see here.
Really wish those lookout were better. Hey, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a little, like, you're kind of helping out Argus, just scrubbing away pots and pans, make sure everything's nice and clean and tidied up. Suddenly you hear a strange, like, crunching noise coming from the central campfire. It's weird. It's not something you've heard in the camp before. It's almost like the rustling of paper followed by this, like, persistent chewing and crunching. You look over, or do you look over? I assume.
Oh, yeah.
You notice a familiar face. He's sporting this little faux nose molded from what looks like some kind of metal, tied around his head with a stretchy band. He's got these long black fingernails, and he's holding a bag of what looks to be like popped kernels of corn. And his long black fingernails, he's not like picking them up with the tips of his fingers. No, it's almost like he's impaling them one by one with the tips of his fingernails. And he lifts them up to his nearly toothless craw and just goes crunching away at him.
Gross.
Anybody, I'd say in this moment, Argus and Drew, you can make perception checks.
Oh, can I do it through the senses of my familiar, which is a
Ooh.
dark vision of 60 foot?
Sure. Why not?
That's a
Yeah.
12.
12? Okay.
I also rolled a 12 because I have a -1 to perception rolls. My familiar has a passive of 13, ironically.
Cool. On a 12, you both notice that the piece of paper you can't really make out a whole lot of a symbol, but you do notice the word Steppentime Circus on it. And like I said, he's lifting up those pieces of corn just one by one. And Argus and Drew, actually, you both take notice that there's this little patchy furred ferret sitting on his shoulder, sitting perfectly still. And on those 12 perceptions, you notice that this thing is not blinking at all. Oh, Master Idic.
Wait, hold on. I do have a question. Does it look like the ferret from The Ring?
I don't actually know. I can't. That reference off the top of my head, I don't know.
No. Like in The Ring. Like Slevin's ring.
Oh!
Because there is a ferret in there.
I love that you guys remember stuff. Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay. What the fuck do you want?
Mr. Idic, that's no way to talk to a partner now, is it? At this time, Monroe, Morb, Smalls, Maddie, Obby, you have all definitely taken notice that there is somebody in your camp that was not there before, and Drew is now talking to them.
Do I notice the paper?
Are you proficient in perception?
Yeah, I think so.
If you're proficient in perception, I'll let you make a perception check.
I'm gonna check just to make sure.
Yeah. Otherwise, you are solely fixated on him, not the paper.
Yes, I am.
Okay, roll me a perception real quick.
Oh, Monroe, you're killing me. 7.
It's same thing. Like you can make out the word circus on it, but that's about it.
I'm gonna grab my
Can I
quarterstaff.
history check
Get ready.
circus then?
You can later.
Damn it. Okay.
What's that, Maddie?
I just get my quarterstaff. I'm getting ready for battle because I don't know what's going on.
That's not a nice way to greet a guest. Mr. Iddick, you have such volatile friends.
Drew.
Drew?
What do you want?
I told you before. I have a job for you, and I'm here to deliver. Have you not told your friends about me?
It hasn't come up in conversation yet.
Oh, naughty boy. Should always be open and honest with those that you sleep with, shouldn't you?
Drew's gonna flip him off.
And besides, you did steal my cook. I'd almost say that was downright rude.
Oh no. I'd hate to be rude.
Are you going to introduce your friends, Mr. Iddick?
No.
I'd love to meet them.
I know you would. This is my team.
Is anybody else saying or doing anything?
At the sound of "stole my cook," you're gonna hear Argus's hands grind together because he starts clenching them.
I am looking looking around to see if I can see Xena and Drum too.
You do not see Xena and Drum. In fact, they're missing. And all you see is this person here.
Okay. I'm gonna say that to Ali. Be like, I don't know who this person is. I can tell that you don't like them, but Drum and Xena are not here.
Oh, gross. I haven't had to deal with one of your ilk in not nearly long enough. He's looking directly at you, Abby.
I wasn't speaking to you.
As if the stink of the abyss wasn't pungent enough already.
Did Maddie see all that?
Oh, I wouldn't say that you heard it. He's speaking directly into Abby's mind. But you definitely see that he is looking directly at her.
I'm preparing my rifle, Marshall. Not shooting yet, just preparing it.
Excellent.
Is Slevin like actually physically there, or is he just kind of like a hologram in the fire?
Isn't that a good question? Roll me Arcana. Abby, do you say anything?
Not to him. I'm not saying anything back to him.
No? Are you sure? Tell me, little bug. How's Ilzebub these days?
You have no right to be saying her name.
And snap! Oh, no. We won't be having of that little spawn. All of a sudden, he waves his fingers and his hands and utters something. Drew, you're making an Arcana check, right?
Oh, am I?
Anybody else that's proficient in Arcana or Arcana or religion can make me a check in this moment.
It's a 17.
17.
I also rolled a 17.
Nice.
I am not proficient.
Yeah, don't ask me anything right now.
From Morb.
17 from Morb, 17 from away. All three of you clock two languages that you've... Some of you may speak these languages, but you understood. It's not that you understand them, it's just that you clock them. You understand that he's speaking two languages. The third is a complete mystery to you, but you clock Sylvan and you clock Infernal. As all of a sudden, he utters his hand. He moves his hands and utters something under his breath. All of a sudden, Abby,
Mm,
make me a Constitution saving throw.
okay.
I will warn you, the DC is high.
Am I clocking any of this, or is it still just in her mind?
I mean, all that he has said to her has been in her mind. You do notice that he's kind of moving his hands a little bit, and it's like he's doing something. And because you're not proficient in the languages, you don't know exactly what's happening. Or because you didn't do religion or arcana.
Correct.
I am going to use my inspiration from last session to give myself advantage. Is that okay?
Good.
Not that the last one was bad, but this one got me to a 22.
Oh yeah.
I did warn you it was high.
Damn. Okay.
Suddenly all of a sudden you feel something at your I guess you could say the opening that you could be described as your mouth. All of a sudden your mandibles are forced inward and then down, and they feel as if they're being pulled into you ever so slightly. They're still there, but almost you feel as if your mouth is being protruded ever so slightly. Your jaw begins to crack, and all of a sudden you feel as if something is protruding from inside of your maw, and you can feel an actual tongue growing inside of your mouth. And you feel a new sensation of vocal cords vibrating in your now rearranging throat.
What the hell did you do to me?
Every single one of you hear that out loud.
Bah!
No need to thank me, everybody. I'm always happy to help with pest control. Do tell Ilzebub hello for me, little spawn. Drew. He tosses a coin bag to your feet, and instantly spills out a ton of gold coins. Well, it's a decent amount. I do need you to do something for me. As I said, I have work for you and all of your friends. You're going to Sylvaden. Do find me somebody there. His name is Magnus. He's a clockmaker. Rather famous one. He's a dwarf. Grumpy. About yay tall. Motions just above his head. And did I mention he's grumpy? Stop in, say hello for me. It's been a while, after all. Just find him and let him know, Slevin, that's me, by the way, everyone, hello, that I'd like to reaffirm our deal. And if he just so happens to have a couple of those capacitors of his handy, I'll take a couple. And he looks at each one of you of the group one by one, smiles, tosses his popcorn into the fire, erupts in a small little choof of flame. Mr. Riddick. See you here, see you there, see you soon, partner.
Fuck you.
And he waves his little digits in one hand and just slips.
Was I able to hit him with a stealth attack with a crossbow hit with a 21 and 18 stealth?
Wait, okay, so run that back for me one more time.
I was rolling in the background a stealth of 18, and then I did a crossbow attack of 21 to hit.
Ooh. "21 unfortunately does not hit, because your crossbow bolt goes right through him. But he does look at you just before disappearing and gives you a little wink and points at you and then disappears.
Sweet.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
There's so much.
Yes.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to listen to this entire thing like 4 times.
We get to roleplay the next session in person, though.
Oh my god.
Yes, that was the purpose, I believe, right, sir?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was so good.
Not
That's why you
premeditated
asked
my
me about.
ass.
Bitch, that's why you asked me what my mouth looked like.
Marshall was working in the background.
Yeah, Marshall basically texted me and said, "Run that mouth." Dude."
What that mouth do? Is that what it says?
No, it does a lot more.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my
Oh
god!
my god.
Oh my god! You're getting yelled at,
I know.
and you're gonna actually hear it now too. Oh,
So, Marshall,
Wait.
I have the fun spell of message.
Uh-huh.
So that uses a little fun piece of copper wire.
okay.
If I
What do you
ever
wanna-
use this,
Okay.
okay, we have it be like a little microphone piece that comes down to his face, to his mouth, like
Absolutely.
off of his ear.
Yeah, little
Yes.
talking, little mouthpiece talking head. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Noted.
Oh my god!
So much. So
Let me
much.
know as
Nah.
soon as everything is uploaded, Wales, so that I can re-listen to everything and make my journal entries.
Hashtag forgot to hit start recording.
Ah.